welcome to another Razorback Live with the Sarge. I'm the Sarge, and we have got to exercise the demons today. Are we going to get swept by Florida at home? That's the question of the day. Can we come out and defend home turf today, Sunday, this afternoon, in Game 3 against Florida? If we can hit the ball, I think we can. If we continue to play like we have been, it's not looking good. But I never give up. Keep the faith. It's got a beautiful day. It's 65 degrees. It's supposed to be high at 74, so that's, great day for baseball. Can't complain about that. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I know a lot of you at church. We'll see you when you get out. Hope you had a great service. And prayed for these hogs because we need some help. We got 10 minutes until we kick off. See, we got B Hall in the building. Says if Florida gets bases loaded, I'm using the beer hat since Arkansas can't. I've been waiting to use them. Do what you got to do, B Hall. YT's in the chat. Appreciate Earl House. He's our newest member that you see on the board. David Shelby. What's good, brother? Good to see you. Michael, as always, is in the house. He's always rocking with us every stream. I do have up all the next week's games. So we go to Missouri State Tuesday, off Wednesday, and we'll start a series with Auburn in Auburn Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, and then we come back home to play Little Rock after Auburn. So all those thumbnails are up, so you'll be kept up to date on the schedule. And as always, if it's televised, we will bring it to you. So appreciate if you're over on Twitch, coming with us, watching the game with us. We got the early crowd in, 51 on YouTube, but there'll be more after church gets out. These early Sunday games are lower views in the beginning because everybody's in church giving their thanks. Hopefully we don't see that floating strike zone again today. Yesterday there were some bad calls behind the plate. But I'm tired. And Sarge's going to rant a little bit here. But I'm tired of having to blame the umpires or the referees for our losses. Sometimes we just got to man up and say, you know what? We got our butts kicked. We didn't, even with all the bad calls, we had runners in scoring position that we didn't get in. We didn't take advantage of the walks. They did. So sometimes you just got to just swallow it and just say, hey, we didn't do what we were supposed to do in this series so far. Let's start now and turn this thing around. And hopefully that's what we see today. I know the boys can do it. We're better than what we've showed. We need some pitching, and we need some timely hitting. That's it. That's the two things we need. Florida's given us plenty of chances to win both the games we've lost so far. It's not like they've been lights out. We just haven't taken advantage, or we haven't made them pay for their mistakes. And they have made us pay for our mistakes. So, it's a long season. We got a lot of games left. So we can still right the ship. Every SEC team's going to go through a little bumpy patch. Ain't none of them truly dominating because the SEC standings are pretty tight. So it's going to be a cluster at the end. And if we just get in the tournament, you never know what happens. It's just like March Madness. You never know. A team could get hot and we could go on a run. And this team that we thought was nothing could win a national championship. You just don't know. That's what's fun about it. You got to play the games. Saps, what's good, buddy? Good to see you. Glad you're here with us. Six minutes till first pitch. Sarge feels a little better today. I got a little bit more sleep. I wound up finally being able to go to sleep yesterday around 1 o'clock in the morning. And got a few hours of sleep. So today's a lot better day. Now I just need a Hogs win to finish off this early Sunday afternoon. We have kept our 100 likes before the end of the first inning streak alive. It was close yesterday, but we made it. Richard, what's good, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're having a happy Sunday, too. Austin, he said, we in favor with the Sarge. Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, Austin, I'm doing great, buddy. Are you at the game? Are you just hanging out in Fayetteville today? I know we had a couple yesterday said they were going to the game today. So, hope they enjoy it and hope they get to see a Hogs victory. Just as much as we want to see one on TV. The official record for likes during the stream is at 550. 550. I'd like to break that 600 mark. I can't wait till the days where let's hit that 1,000 mark. Is Sarge being greedy? I ain't trying to be greedy. I appreciate each and every like that I get and each and every viewer that comes and views the games. We will be starting to do some recorded shows in the future here, in the near future, getting ready for football, spring practices and stuff, discussing football, discussing baseball. We're going back to probably after baseball season, due to the fact there's a baseball game down there every day. And if there's not, I take that day off from streaming to get things prepared. These multi-days in a row, it's tough because I got to stream and then get ready for the next one tomorrow. But I ain't complaining because I like to do it. Michael says, hey, sorry, I'm just now getting back in here, but I was wondering if you had your grandson yet. No, I haven't, Michael. Any time now. We are officially on baby watch. After the scare the other night, he is, again, appreciate all the prayers that went out for that situation we had during the stream. But we found out he is doing good. He was just a little angry that the Hogs have lost. They lost basketball and they lost 2 games in baseball. So he was throwing a little fit and just decided that he wasn't going to move around much. But Mama went and checked out, and he's all healthy. He's ready to go. He's pointed in the right direction. His heartbeat is strong, and He's ready to come join Hog Nation here anytime. So we are definitely waiting for that day to come soon. Oh, my allergies so bad I can't even see the time on my computer. Okay, 11:59. So 1 minute, we should get some action and get to some game action. That way you don't have to hear me talk anymore. File in, get your good favorite beverage, good snack, and we're gonna watch some Hogs baseball. Appreciate that, Saps. Yeah, it is. I was a nervous wreck there for a little bit, but we good to go now. Yeah, see, we just jumped up to 102 now. So everybody's coming in now until we get ready to get started here. We on the SEC network today, not Plus, so hopefully we'll have a little better broadcast. And why are we not started? It's 12 o'clock. Let's go. I guess I could put this through on YouTube TV probably. Let's try this instead. This is when it's on YouTube. When it's on SEC Network, sometimes the app is a little slower at getting the game to come on. Here we go. Here we go. We're good now. Big Phil, what's going on, buddy?
You don't win the first two
games.
Good
to see you, man.
Very often when you're playing Arkansas at home, but especially after last weekend. I mean, Florida just looked disjointed over the entire weekend at Alabama. They have not so far. They've swung the bats fine in the first two games, but that pitching staff, and we just showed the numbers, particularly the bullpen, has been outstanding.
Well, the Arkansas Razorbacks will try to get back in this. They've got to find some offense. And where do you lean? You lean on a couple of preseason All-Americans in Camden Kojal and Ryder Helfrich. These two guys.
Cape Hustle, man. What's good, man?
Yeah, it has. I mean, give some credit to the other side because the arms.
Do you guys not see the poll question for today out there?
Just 1 for 15.
I put one out there. For some reason, YouTube's been not showing them, but that was the question of the day. Are we getting swept today?
Led by Brendan Lawson, their shortstop. Few have put together quite the numbers in the season that he has to this point.
He's one of the best hitters in the country and has made the transition over to shortstop this year. It's been okay defensively.
I think we pulled one out.
Offensively, zero questions. This guy will hit. The only left-hander, though, in this Florida lineup against a left-handed starter, Colin Fisher, for Arkansas.
Big Tuna's going to pitch us to a victory today.
Colin Fisher will face Kyle Jones, the Gators center fielder, will start things off. Jones 308 on the year with a couple of home runs, but there is the left-hander, and he's been really good.
He's been really consistent, too. He's filled the zone up, just 7 walks in his 6 starts coming in, has pitched over the weekend.
Ground ball out to short. Glove there by Kojal. Throw across the diamond, not going to be in time, and that'll be a base hit for Kyle Jones to get it started. Jones now 11 leadoff hits in his 28 starts on the season. That'll take us to the guy we were just talking about, Brendan Lawson, this shortstop. I mean, the numbers just jump at you. 359, 10 homers, 29 runs batted in. Also has provided 4 doubles. Oh, they have a pickoff opportunity. Jones gets his head down, and he'll be nailed at second base.
That away, Fish.
Well, Florida aggressive right away.
That's my
Kyle
job,
Jones, 12 stolen bases, leads his Florida team. They don't waste any time. He gets on second pitch of the game, and then the first pitch of the at-bat to Lawson was off and running. He's just going first move right there.
Veronica, how you doing today?
Head down and go. And a good job there.
I did. Thank you very much.
Bar to make that important throw.
Good
Give
to
a little
see you.
separation and give Koschel the time
What's
to slap
good,
the
brother?
tag down.
Absolutely. Let's get this dub today. We need one bad.
So 1-0.
We got to right this ship.
Lawson had to sit
If
for
you're
a
just
game
coming
and a
in
half
from
last
church,
week at
hopefully
Alabama,
you
had
said
some
a
back
prayer
spasms. It's
for
one
our
of those
Hogs
situations
today.
where you're not real sure how long a guy's going to be out.
Justin,
but
what's
luckily
good,
for
buddy?
Florida, just a couple of days, and he was back in the lineup in their midweek game. Been a good week for Florida, especially after the way it ended last week.
You go to Florida State, shut out the Noles in a midweek game, and then obviously come here and win the first two in a week that for Florida, you needed some good news, and it's been as good as you could ask for.
Fell out of the top 25 this week. High chopper over to first. Rutenbar will glove a step on the bag, and that'll be
Good
two
start.
down. Colin Fisher got off to an unbelievable start this year. Went 22 consecutive innings without allowing an earned run. Good way to start a 2026 campaign.
Start was great. Yeah, he struck out 11 against Xavier, went 8 in that one. His 2 league starts so far, he's got a total of 7 innings and has given up 6 runs.
Things change when you get to conference play.
Yeah. Well, bigger, stronger, faster sometimes.
This league, it's just the third weekend of conference play, and already the grind is real. Ethan Serwick,
Good pitch.
the Gator first baseman. He's behind 0-2 on Fisher, who comes in with 38 strikeouts on the year, just those 7 walks. Matching his jersey
Absolutely
number for
saps.
strikeouts. Opponents hitting 191 against him.
What?
It's fastball, curveball, changeup to righties. He really doesn't throw the changeup at all to left-handed hitters. So
I don't know what that was
with
all
8
about.
of 9 from the right side, you'll see more changes.
That ball smashed back up the middle. That was 110 miles an hour off the bat from Serwick. Those usually find a
I was
hole.
about
Yeah,
to,
you
Saps.
take your chances on 110 when it comes off.
Right.
It's usually a pretty good start. Serwick, the transfer from Ole Miss, was hit in the middle of this lineup all year for Florida. Just 4 home runs on the year, but really good raw power.
And now Carson Bowen. Bowen, the designated hitter, also catches for Florida. He looks at a first pitch strike.
JK, he says he's back at Bomb. You got season tickets,
He
JK?
went 2 for 4 yesterday. Fouls that one back out of play. The senior transfer out of Anaheim, California. 3 years at TCU. His first season with the Gators now. Runner goes.
Reed.
Elfrick, that one pops away from him out in front of the plate, and
Oh, nice.
that'll get
That's cool, bro.
Serwick down to second base.
That's a really good dirt ball read because Serwick only has 1 stolen base on the year. He's not running. He's just reading. He's reading where the pitch is going to be. They know they're going to see a bunch of breakables, which means you're going to see a fair amount of balls in the dirt. Read it in the dirt and just took off.
Another one down in the dirt. Count even now at 2-2 to Bowen. Arkansas pitchers have had to deal with traffic all series. They've now allowed a Gator runner to reach base in 16 of 19 innings played so far.
They walked 18 guys, so that
That doesn't hurt.
That
I mean,
adds
doesn't
up.
help. Yeah. As they say, that'll leave a mark.
he's left 2 marks so far this weekend.
That's right. It was 0-2. It's now full 3-2.
It is. Oh,
That catches him.
on.
And a hit batter. That's the 3rd hit batter of the season for Colin Fisher. And the Gators have him first and second. Boy, Dave Van Horn talking to him today. It seems like every team so far, not every team so far, but it seems like there has been a majority of teams that have had a weekend like this already.
Yeah, this is an Arkansas pitching staff that throws a ton of strikes. I mean, this is not something that they have done all year, but it's something that's plagued them the last 2 games.
That's to the left side. What are they going to do with Surowick? They're going to wave him. Here comes the throw home. They're going to let it go, and the Gators on the board first. They lead it 1-0 on the RBI single from Blake Sear.
Blake Sear's 5th hit on the weekend already, and that was 108 off the bat. So far in the first inning, you got 110 and 108. These Florida right-handed hitters
left it up.
Seeing it pretty good. It was a fastball on the
See
inner
where
half.
Helfrich's glove was?
2-out RBI right there for Blake Sear that gets the Gators on top.
And now Cade Curlin, the Gator second baseman, steps in there.
That's where you need to be, right there.
Cade, 226, a homer and 8 runs batted in this season.
Keep the ball down, Big Tuna. Nope.
Hits that one high in the air out to deep left field, and it'll be caught by the center fielder, and that'll do it. Florida 9-2 when they score first. That is the story here. They lead 1-0.
Not that bad. We can survive that. My boy says, hey, Sarge, I'm at the game in the hog pen, about 10 yards behind number 16. All right, man. I'm going to be looking for you. Hope you have a great time out there, man. Appreciate you. Let them know about us. Hopefully we'll get some hats and stuff here shortly. That way we can have Major Razor and the Sarge logo and stuff. We'll have to get creative. I want to try to find a place where I can get them made, but they don't cost you guys an arm and a leg to get them, because can't stand how everything's so expensive. When I ran my company, I tried to keep everything as price friendly as I could for my customers. That could be why I don't have a company no more, but
where the Gators lead it 1-0.
COVID had a lot to do with that.
Arkansas Razorbacks offense has been stuck in the mud a little bit here this weekend. 27 strikeouts this weekend. Overall, Arkansas 9th in the conference in batting average at 285. We talked about the
leading
open.
off today.
Guys like Helfrich and Kozel.
Playing shortstop,
you got to get
catcher,
Zach Stewart going too. He's really
today,
struggled
probably
in SEC play this year. So your 2, 3, 4 hitters. And Aloy, let's face it, he hadn't been this kind of season.
He's been in 8th.
Yeah.
In fact, he was hitting 8th when the original lineup came out today, and Arkansas had to make a few changes. It's when you look at Arkansas, I would say the offense hasn't necessarily lived up to the pieces yet, but the pieces still make sense. So it's just whether or not here in the second half of the season that offense can get going. But yeah, Stewart has 2 hits in SEC play so far. You get any more production than that out of your 4-hole hitter.
There's the guy on the mound who Kevin O'Sullivan excited about. Russell Sandefur getting the ball today.
59.
Russell
through half an inning, so we're over halfway to the 100 before the first inning. So
well, you're gonna like stuff. I mean,
Great
it's
job,
primarily fastball,
everybody.
slider. There are 6 left-handers in this Arkansas lineup, so he'll throw more change-ups today.
We need to keep
It's
it going,
his
though,
first
because you
SEC
know
start.
how we do.
But
The Sarge
stuff
get out.
absolutely fits the role. He's
Veronica,
only had 2 starts
we
all
do,
year.
and
The
I'm gonna
last
try
was
to get
against
some.
Florida State. Earlier
Oh, you
this
can
week
make
when
them?
he went 3 innings, struck out 4.
Oh,
but
I can get it
it's
designed.
mid-90s with a real swing and miss slider, but walking into an environment that he has not been in yet.
We want shirts, too, definitely.
Opponents hitting just 225 against Sandefur.
I'm going to try to get Major Razor
17 strikeouts,
on a
7
shirt
walks.
with a U.S. flag hanging down behind him.
Kevin O'Sullivan messing around with the Sunday starter on his staff. Trying to lock down a rotation.
Yeah, Stephen, absolutely. Every team goes through it.
Well, you know he's going to be at the front end every weekend.
Yeah, I think 1, 2 are pretty locked. Yeah. They're pretty happy with Liam Peters and Aiden King throwing 1, 2. It's that third, and this is, I mean, typical. There's not too many teams
Yeah,
in the
Saps,
country
we can
that
do
have
that
won
too
2,
for
3
sure.
the whole year, haven't be the
Put the
same
Sarge
one.
squad on them. Absolutely.
Cooper Walls had been that guy. He had made every Game 3 start for Florida.
I'll start trying to work on that. I'll get with Miss Veronica, and then I'll get with somebody that can do hats. I'll
1
start
and 2
trying
to
to put
Carter
something together.
Rutenbar. 378 hitter on the year. Looks at ball 2.
Freshman. It's bumped in there in the leadoff role, making just his 3rd start of the year at first base, and they didn't waste any time. He had a pickoff attempt and a ground ball to him. First 2 hitters of the game.
Well, Dance King, you can always come to the channel and watch it afterwards if you're at work.
Out of Midlothian, Texas.
It's been a rough weekend, Dance King, for sure.
But Dave Van Horn and staff felt like he was such a good athlete, can play all over the field. Seeing a little bit of that today. Says he really likes the action at the plate.
Veronica, did you get in my Discord? Because if you're in my Discord, I can send
Pitch of
you
this opening at bat coming up.
my
That
email.
one shot foul again.
Razorback Live email.
Rutenbar was a really good high school quarterback.
And we could definitely get to work on that.
Rated as the number 2 catcher in Texas last year, top 50 overall prospect.
Anyway, Rutenbar, way to battle,
this
buddy.
This is a win for the freshman, whatever happens at the end of this.
Absolutely
event.
it is.
You come up there, even if he swings and misses here, you get a 10-pitch first at bat against a right-hander that's making his first start in the SEC. That is an offensive positive.
There you go.
He wins that bat.
That away,
How about
Rudy.
that? What an at-bat by the freshman.
Good job, Popeye.
If you had Carter Rutenbar leading off for the Razorbacks in an SEC series coming into this season, you and I need to get a flight to Vegas.
Well, you keep putting together bats like that to start a ball game, you're going to hear that a lot through the rest of the season. 10th pitch of the at-bat, it's a fastball elevated up in the zone, and the freshman lines it out to left center for the Hogs' first hit.
Rutenbar has yet to attempt a stolen base over at first.
Okay, I'll get with you,
How frustrating
Veronica.
is that from a pitcher's perspective? Out of the gates.
Foul off a good one, foul off a good one, foul off a good one, and then do that.
He had 5 foul balls in that at bat.
Yeah, I hear you, Dance King.
Ryder Helfrich, 297. That one bounces away from Cole Stanford behind the plate, and that'll get Rutenbar out to second.
Let's go.
Stanford trying to get that whole body out front.
Some
block
kind of
that slider
Mexican
that was down
soccer
to the
tournament or
dirt again.
something?
Another good read by the
Soccer
freshman.
game?
First game all year, well, in his career, that he's let off. 10 pitch at bat, then he reads the ball in the dirt to advance.
Now it's just off the plate. Two and two. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout. Nice answer back from Russell Sandefur to get the tough Ryder Helfrich.
That's the shape of the fastball that they want with Sandefur. That was 95 with arm side run against a really good right-handed hitter. It started on the inside third and then just dove under the hands of Helfrich for a big strikeout.
Camden Kojal steps in. First pitch he sees, fouls it off. By the way, no Micah New today. We mentioned that. He's not out in center field today. A little bit under the weather. Don't know if he is shut down for the day, but just not getting the start. Apparently a little bit of a bug running through that Arkansas clubhouse.
Not again.
Kozel on the year, 337, 7 homers.
Excuse me.
32 runs batted in.
Una, good to see you. Ooh, good change up
right there. That one's going to be key with all these left-handers in the lineup. Hadn't shown the ability to really throw it in the zone in the first couple of hitters.
Yeah, I can imagine,
not
David.
exactly where you want to throw it either, elevated, but the velocity was enough to get Kozel out front.
Swing and a miss. Boy, how about that? Back-to-back strikeouts of maybe the 2 best hitters in this lineup.
Yeah, and back-to-back changeups right there to get Kozel. The first one elevated. The second one that struck him out is where you want to throw it. It's that late action down away from a left-hander. Kozel just couldn't make the velocity adjustment.
Yeah, Steven, you get a 10-mile-an-hour spread like that, it's hard to
comes back and punches out 2 of the best hitters in this Arkansas lineup.
Deal with, for sure.
And now you get Zach Stewart to the plate. Zach 254, 5 homers.
But he leaves him up in the middle like that.
12 runs batted in.
We're going to be able to do damage on that.
He's got Rutenbar out at second base. Fouls that one off. Hogs have now struck out 20 times this weekend.
Looks like he's throwing 2 different fastballs. That's more of a cutter at 90-91. It's got a little bit of action in towards the left-handers, and he's been up to 95 with a 2-seamer that runs away.
Ground ball left side.
There you go. That'll score a run.
Stewart's going to pick up an RBI here. As
Rutenbar
will turn the corner, and he will touch the plate. We're all knotted up at 1.
That's good to see. Answer right back in the bottom of the first.
That's a good sign for Arkansas for a lot of reasons.
So
Zach Stewart,
we're only at 73. We've got a long ways to go
That's just his
before
3rd hit. But got that 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Keep the streak
moving
alive.
Away. Florida with a shift on the whole left side of that
people hit that
wide
like
open. Stewart
for the 3rd out.
Where they ain't right there, and it ties it up.
Stewart was hitting .067 in conference play.
It's been 5 streams in a row. We've made it.
See if that'll get him unlocked. Here's another guy that they would love to get unlocked. Kahio Aloy, the junior out of Hawaii, hitting .275, 4 homers, 23 runs batted in. Gloved over there at third base by Colt Myers. High throw, and everybody's safe.
No, Al.
Colt Myers, a freshman, getting a start at third base.
A walk, a hit batter, and then a single scored the run.
You got to make a decision right away. It's a top spin ground ball. Probably not enough time to go get it, so he's got to retreat. Gloves it as his body's moving away from first base, and then I think maybe thinks he has to get rid of that a little bit quicker than he did. Kahil beats it out.
That'll go down as an E5. To the right side, gloved there by Surowick, and he'll step on the bag and get out of the inning. But Arkansas does get the RBI single from Zach Stewart to tie this up at 1 after 1.
Looks like the streak is going to come to an end, folks. 5 streams in a row. We're at 77. Before the second inning starts, can we get to 100 to keep it going? No problem, Al. I know it's early. I know it's Sunday, but don't let Sarge down. We can do this. 20 more, 21 more. Back out real quick. Hit. They're 85. Now we're getting there. Let's go. Let's make this 6 in a row. 92. 8 before the second inning starts. 5. We can do it. 3. There it is. Good job. We are now 6 in a row. Excellent job, everybody. Good job. We come through at the nick of time.
Pitchers Gabe Gackle and Hunter Dietz. You see what happened to Gackle on the opening night of this series, and it was just not the same Gabe Gackle that we're used to seeing. Only got 4 outs. Walked 4 guys, 3 earned runs. It was, as Dave Van Horn said, it was tough to watch because he's been so good.
Yeah, it was definitely out of the ordinary. Went once through 46 pitches, inning and a third, didn't strike anybody out. That you don't hear that line from Gackle, and I don't think you will the rest of the
Greg,
year.
what's up, my man? Nevada, what's up, buddy? Good to see you guys.
When it happens on a Friday, then that affects everybody else the entire weekend because that bullpen's going to work in the second inning. That's a lot of real estate to cover in game 1.
Good pitch.
Cole Stanford steps in. He's behind 1 and 2. There's a reason that you're a top 25 prospect in the upcoming MLB draft, according to our own Kylie McDaniel.
Good one. There you go.
Well, that was a nice breaking ball to get out number 1.
Appreciate that, Jim.
Yeah, good sequence right there, too. When a changeup to get the second strike and then that big backdoor breaking ball, you just give up on it. Don't think it's got enough time to come all the way back. Clips the outside part of the plate right there to get Stanford looking.
Now Ashton Wilson will step in. Ashton making just his 3rd start of the year. By the way, Gator fans, Cash Strayer got hit by a pitch yesterday, and after the game got hit right in the hand and took him for x-rays, and he has a fracture in that hand, and he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks now. So Cole Schwartz also out. He's got some back tightness, not playing today. So Kevin O'Sullivan's had to kind of move some pieces around.
Yeah, that one stings. Well, in a few different ways, obviously. It wasn't me that got hit. But Strayer has real juice, and they love the upside of the freshman. Actually stayed in the game. Went out to right field, then tried to make a throw, and in the middle of the inning came off because the paint was too much to throw, and then ultimately it was shown that it was broken last night.
Fouled off at the plate. Wilson now at his 3rd season with Florida. Started his college baseball career at Charleston Southern. Really didn't even play his first year.
I didn't, Miss Terry,
Florida until
to
late
be
in
honest.
the season, then got on a heater.
Yeah.
Was a Stillwater Regional MVP. High fly ball out to center. Damian Ruiz is there to make the catch.
Yeah, that's when Florida made the improbable run, which most of their runs don't are probable. But the improbable run to Omaha, and he was a big reason why. Got plugged in the lineup and just went off for a full weekend.
It's nice when that happens late in the year.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
You're going to play again tomorrow now, too.
Gators won that Stillwater Regional, then went to Clemson for the Super. Won that and found their way back to Omaha. Colt Myers, youngster they're high on, getting a lot of work this year. Colt hitting 9th, 209 on the year. No homers, 1 RBI.
Let's go, Fish. I want to hit them guns.
Shot back up the middle, and nobody's going to be able to grab it. It'll be a base hit.
All right. Can't mention the guns no more. Every time we do, they get a hit.
Good sign for the freshman right there. Gets the start here in game 3. And We saw Florida was aggressive in the first. Jones got on, stole on the first pitch. Myers can run now. 6 of 6 on the year in stolen bases, on there with 2 outs as the Gators turn his lineup over.
Jones singled his first time up. Redshirt sophomore out of Athens, Georgia, transferred in from Stetson.
And I do agree with that too, Fishman. I mean, to be honest, if we're just being honest
medical
here.
Redshirt a year ago after having some shoulder surgery early in the season.
Not saying we can't work our way back.
He was plugged in to be the
if
leadoff
we get hot and start playing
so
good.
Early in the season.
But right now, we don't look like
got
it.
16 at-bats last year before he was put on the shelf.
But that doesn't mean I'm not rooting for him.
Freshman of the year in 2024 when he hit 355.
Yeah, absolutely, Fishman, for sure. Still a long ways to go.
Fouls that one straight back.
Sounds like one of the announcers is dealing with allergies, just like Sarge is.
Two outs and 2 strikes on Kyle Jones. High chopper out to short. Kojal fields cleanly and throws to first, and that'll do it for the Gators.
Away, big
we'll
pitch.
move to the bottom of the
Big
second
tuna.
inning, all tied up at 1. Back to Bob.
Come out there and show them how it's done. Appreciate all the members. As always, you guys are legends. Earl House is the newest member. Appreciate you, Earl. Appreciate all the new subscribers. We are on our way to 4,000. We are at 3,775, I think. So hopefully we'll hit 4,000. Probably, I estimate, sometime during the Auburn series next week. If these guys will start winning, because it seems like I get more subscribers when we win. Yeah, me too, Fishman. I don't care how bad they play. I always root for the Hogs, and I always watch them. I might gripe and complain a little bit, but I'll be there watching. Or be here watching with y'all. That's what makes it fun, man. Hang out with my soldiers. Absolutely, Dubzilla. Absolutely.
3 teams that you would have, I don't think if you thought this would have happened at the same time. Florida, LSU, and Vanderbilt all out of the top 25 this week. And if you haven't seen Georgia Tech play this year, you might want to dial them up when you can. I know you'll be there. Big one.
Tuesday night, them at Auburn.
And looking for a little revenge as Auburn won in Auburn, as that one's caught out there in left field by Blake Sear. But teams met just 2 weeks ago, I guess last week on Tuesday night, and Auburn won in the Plains, and now they're heading over to Atlanta and see if Georgia Tech can respond.
Georgia Tech's won the first 2 this weekend. We showed just a minute ago, Florida, Arkansas, LSU not rated.
It's nuts.
I would bet, and I don't know this for a fact, but I would bet since Kevin O'Sullivan got to Florida that you could not say that any week during the course of a season since then, that none of those 3 were ranked.
That's 19 years that he's been at Florida. Yeah. It's crazy to think that those 3 programs, now after even if Florida were not able to win this today, they would still pick up 2 of 3 against a top 10
beat
ranked
Florida State midweek game.
Yeah,
too.
they're back
Pretty
in.
good week.
They're back in.
And Vandy's won the first 2 against Tennessee and is leading in game 3. So I like the graphic because it's accurate. I just don't know if we're going to be able to use it again.
Right. Fouled off the bottom of the bat, Damian Ruiz.
He's been the primary leadoff hitter for this Arkansas team too. And first lineup came out, was not in it today, and then a late switch put Ruiz back in there, down in the order, but back in center field.
Ground ball out to the right side. Cade Curlin makes the play. That'll be 1 down. Or 2 down, excuse me. And here's Christian Turner, the 9-hole hitter.
2 of our Sarge Squad members at the game today. My boy, Blue,
Christian
is
Turner
out in the
making
hog
just
pen,
his
and
4th
JK
start
is
of
at
the
the game.
season.
Big shout out to them guys.
Another freshman in this lineup, 6 feet,
19 kilo. Somebody asked what I was.
Louisiana.
Oh, Jonathan. 19 kilo, Jonathan. I was a tank commander, yes. I started as a driver and worked my way up to a tank commander.
And well done by Sandifer off the mound. 8-pitch inning. Hey, when we come back, we will have a quick chat with DVH. Talk to him.
Sarge is your new motto. Don't do as I say. Do as you should. Do the right thing. Yeah, I've always lived that way. Greg. I always try to do the right thing, Greg. Always. Even when nobody's looking. I don't ever do nothing for the accolades or to look at me type things. I've always been, if I can help somebody, I'll help them no matter what. You were close, Nevada. No worries, man. You were close.
And the Ozarks, along with the skipper of the Razorbacks, Dave Van Horn, joining us now. And Coach, obviously you've been doing this a long time. You've been in these situations, not many times.
Actually, Greg,
but
my
before.
motto
I'm
is,
just curious, like,
I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong.
Trying to avoid a sweep. What's your message to your guys? How do you handle that?
Well, you know, we start talking about this situation in the fall. We talk about all the situations. You know, if you're 1-1, you got to find a way to win the series. If you're 0-2, you got to find a way to get a game. And if you get a chance to sweep, you need to sweep people. And, you know, if you get swept, you got to find a way to sweep somewhere down the road. You got to make up for it. But the league is so talented. I mean, it's week to week.
Dave, Cam Kozel obviously so important offensively in the middle of this lineup. Now defensively in the middle of your infield. Tell me about the decision to move him to short.
Well, we put him over there. First off, he's a very good defender. You know, fits the profile more of a second baseman, third baseman, but we were really struggling offensively at the time, and I was just trying to get some more bats in there, so we gave up some defense for some offense, and he's played really well there.
A question about your first baseman, Carter Rutenbar today. Another young player on this team. Your thoughts about him and his, I guess, the ceiling for him?
Well, obviously he's a really good hitter, and I really like the way he fights at the plate. Look at that, C&I single. Anyway, yeah, he just fights you at the plate, and he's tough to strike out. He'll take a walk. You know, we think he's going to be a middle-of-the-order hitter for us, 2, 3, 4 down the road. And, you know, and he was one of the reasons we changed up our defense a little bit just to get him in the lineup.
Good stuff, Coach. We'll let you get going. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, guys. See ya.
If everybody did that, we'd be in a better place, a better world.
They got Carter Rutenberg, freshman at first base and leading off today. Rutenbar singled, came in to score. Surowick will now step in.
Back to DVH for a minute. last 8 years, he hasn't won fewer than 18
I did a little
games
supply sergeant duties
and he's
for
gone
a
to
while.
all 4 of those 8.
Have it.
I mean, that type of consistency in this league is unheard of as far as league wins over the course of 8 straight years.
That one
That
too,
ball
Steven.
smoked off the bat of Surwick. That's going to one-hop off the bottom of the wall. Lawson will come around second. He will be held up at third, and there is a double off the bat of Ethan Surwick. That'll be his 8th double of the year to tie Blake Sear for the team lead.
So Surwick has 2 at-bats today. One was 108 off the bat. One was 107.
Coming in hot right off the stop. Not even, hey, how you doing? Straight in Davis
so far.
My boy.
This is another one that's just a fastball inner half, catches too much too. Arkansas is lucky that ball didn't get elevated at backspin because
I hope you're doing good today on this Sunday afternoon, Ashton.
Matt Hobbs out to talk to his left-hander here too. Now 2 hitters into the 3rd inning.
And nobody out, and you got the cleanup hitter Carson Bowen, who was hit by a pitch his first
the
time.
1-1-3s, boy, been in
plate.
there, Jonathan. The bullet box.
Just finish that thought, though, about Dave Van Horn.
Ashton, you know it, brother.
All of college baseball since 2017. Nobody's won more games than Dave Van Horn.
It's crazy how consistent they have been in this league. I mean, you win 18 games in this league, you're going to host.
I don't even view Ashton as negative anymore. I just view Ashton as.
They've done it 8 years in a row.
He just makes me laugh. I love Ashton.
See if that discussion pays off. Bowen looks at a first pitch strike.
Johnny Jones.
Bowen.
If I'm correct, you're one of the bankers, ain't
3
you?
years at TCU, playing some really good competition in the Big 12.
I don't know who
His
you're talking
career
to,
average
Johnny.
over those 3 years was 308, put together 16 home runs.
I was never a banker.
Defensively was really solid, too. Had a 3-year career of a 990
They
fielding
wouldn't let me
percentage.
around money.
Was just platooned a little bit at TCU and wanted to go to
do
a
that
spot
one
where
for
essentially
you,
he was
one
going to
for
catch
me
every
type
day. He's got a
stuff.
day off today, but for the most part, he is catching every day for Florida. So it wasn't one of those situations where I'm not playing, I want to go somewhere else. It was more in the particular position I want to be in because he's hit the time he was at TCU. Now he's hitting in the middle of the lineup and controlling his pitching staff most days.
He even said a few nice things about the Hogs today.
That one's down, 2-2.
What's absolutely killing us is we give
Bowen had a great
up a run, we come back and we get a run, and then we come back and we
young
can't
career.
shut them down the next inning.
4-time member of USA Baseball. He's played on the 12U, 15U team twice, 18U national teams.
Good pitch. Breaking ball
That come at
inside.
the right time. Colin Fisher gets Bowen to head back to the dugout.
That's a pretty good location in the breaking ball right there, too. Just watch where this ends up. You can see the glove starting high, but they're not necessarily, I don't think, trying to go backdoor. I think they're trying to wrap it around his feet, and they did it. Bowen, if you get to that one, the only thing you're going to do is hook it foul, but couldn't swung right over the top. And look at that. Arkansas will go to the bullpen right now.
Wow, already?
Just 46 pitches for Colin Fisher. A couple of strikeouts.
McGuire, it looks like.
He has given up 6 hits, though, today. So there will be a change on the mound. I believe that's Tate McGuire coming in for.
Tate McGuire coming in to take over for the Big Tuna. Goes 2 2/3 inning, or 2 1/3 inning. That's not good. I think we're going to need some Major Razor on this one to get us out of this. Major Razor, I need you to go in there. I need you to get 2 strikeouts, okay? You got me? Get it done, soldier. Yeah, Steven, I agree. But like I said at the beginning of the show here before the game started, at some point, man, we just got to stop trying to blame everybody else. Just take a big bite of that poo pie and say, you know what? We just got our tails handed to us this weekend by a better team. I don't know why he did so fast this time, Fishman, to be honest, because normally that's not like Dave. He usually lets him try to get out of a little bit of trouble, but I guess he doesn't want to take a chance. No, I'm not, Johnny. I'm basically right next to Beaver Lake up in northwest Arkansas. I got 100 acres out in the middle of the woods by Beaver Lake.
Other side that Florida put out there. So now you bring the right-hander in, McGuire. So you give a totally different look. Kid that's come out of the bullpen, very good, honestly, for Arkansas over the course of the year.
Says boo.
Has the ability to give you some length, too. I mean,
he'll be back next weekend
of the year against TCU,
on the broadcast.
He went over 4 innings. So it's not a guy to come in and just get you out of the inning. If McGuire's in there right now, I think ideally for Arkansas, you want him to get you, 9 to 12 outs if possible.
Yeah, how about opening up your season? You get a 5-inning performance against TCU. That one is fouled off at the plate. No hits against the Horned Frogs. He did pitch in the opening game of this series.
Yeah, Fishman, I think so. I think he's not taking no chances today.
Couple of hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts and a walk. That ball is smoked, and that's going to get a run home. Perhaps 2. Surwick's coming around, and he will score. Didn't take long for Blake Sear to pick up 2 RBIs.
But it went back-to-back with that little
I don't get
cutter.
to see the cards.
Sear the first time had a check swing and fouled it off. This one,
I just with all the stuff I have to pay for to bring everything to you guys.
Well this weekend.
Man, I can't afford that $150 or $60 for the MLB TV.
2 more, gives the Gators a lead back.
So I don't get to see the cards much anymore. They're my favorite team too.
Playing back to Gainesville, but he'd probably like to stay here the way it's been going.
Probably pretty comfy here. First trip to Fayetteville for
Actually,
sure.
William, that's a great statement.
Cade Kurland. He looks at a strike 0-2. That ball's belted. And a diving catch and left from Christian Turner. Boy, he sold out to make that play.
That's a fearless freshman right there, too, because if that ball gets by, Sear's going to score from first, and Kurland may end up at third base.
See, we got a new left fielder
back
out there
behind you.
That's
one that you may circle at the end of the game that has a huge outcome on whether or not Arkansas can win it.
He made a great catch the other day.
Great jump by the freshman to get there, and then just total trust in himself to make the play.
Absolutely Cajun.
Yep, Gators will be running for a while if that one gets past Turner. Instead, there's 2 outs for Cole Stanford.
Somebody get that guy some Claritin or something, because he's struggling. Yeah, that's pretty good observation, Ashton, to be honest. They're the 2 hungriest. Popeye's one of them. I know that.
High.
Oh, got under it.
In the air, out to left, wind blowing that way, but Turner has a good read on it. Much easier catch for the freshman left fielder. Gators pick up a couple of more runs. They lead it 3-1, moving to the bottom of the 3rd.
We got to stop getting up these crooked numbers in these innings. But we get through the day, everybody. We get a day off. Then we go play Missouri State in Missouri State. So hopefully we'll get some kinks worked out in that game. And then we get another day off, and then we go to Auburn. For 3. Yeah, he's been back there. I don't know if he knows that we can hear that, but he's definitely coughing. Yeah, that seems to be working real good, Big Phil. I seen Salvador Perez put that clinic on. He was embarrassing that umpire behind the plate. Like 3 or 4 in a row, he called and he was like, "Nope, dude, go check that." And it was a strike every time. So he knew. No, Ashton, they didn't. I really, honestly, to be honest, I don't think they will during the season. They might after the season's over, but I don't think they will during the season because they don't want to cause no controversy. Even though it might fire the team up a little bit. Look at them flags out there blowing straight out. You get that ball up with any kind of height on it, it's out of here. Yeah, Big Phil, absolutely. I swear I've seen some of these umpires on MLB The Show 25. Gosh damn it. Sorry. Thanks, B. Hall.
Have him playing first base right now and leading off. It's that one high in the air. Going to get in the seats.
I want to see the play. They're blowing out, B. Hall. I will let you know that.
Early start today.
I think Sarge got complacent with the button.
Local.
That's twice in 2 days. That's crap. I'm failing you guys.
It's interesting as the season progresses. How you see
if I do a backflip, B. Hall, I will be in the hospital.
Pushed into roles that
promise you.
They maybe didn't consider for the first 20, 25 games of the year.
Oh, Steven, for sure.
The older guys who transfers a chance, especially at the top of the lineup.
And was probably right.
Fairly early returns,
to be honest.
Here, but this will be the 16th pitch that Rutenbar has seen in his first 2 at-bats out of the leadoff spot.
And he fouls off. He had 5 foul balls in that first at-bat.
We got 2 in this one. You know what that ain't? That's 7.
Thank you.
2 at bat.
That tell you what. Yeah. Cannot hide Stanford. Cannot hide it.
Nothing.
Here's the payoff pitch, and he'll take a called third strike. So that's the first out for Sandifer. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and that'll get us to Ryder Helfrich.
Dale doing good, doing good.
Rutenbar singled to start the game, and then
baby's healthy.
Sandifer kind of buckled
down. He was
down
just being lazy.
First, he got back-to-back strikeouts to the 2 best hitters in this lineup, and Helfrich.
Any day, could be any day, in the next basically 3 weeks, but he can come anytime, and he'd be fine right now. Is what they told us.
Dipped down to 293. The All-American catcher. That is fouled out of play.
He belted a good one in the first inning, Ashton.
You're looking at a guy that's going to be one of the top 2 or 3 catchers taken in the
chance
draft.
going to first round.
Yeah. He has just been a model of consistency for Arkansas. Von Lackey at Georgia Tech has
probably been bumped on up one at this point. Lackey's season has been otherworldly at Georgia Tech. Carson Tinney's had a big one too. Tinney had a 2-run home run yesterday that changed that Texas OU game.
Big swing and a miss down in the dirt. Stanford comes up firing, and they get the out at first base. That'll be 2 down. Boy, and the strikeouts continue for Arkansas this weekend. For the Hogs, That is 31 strikeouts this weekend. 31. And I don't know what Sully did with this pitching staff, but I happened to be in Tuscaloosa with the Gators last weekend, and
they didn't look like this.
No, this is not what it looked like. And of course, there was a shot of Sully in the dugout that has made its way on social media of him with the hat off, just rubbing his face like, one of those.
He was appreciative of that.
He
really liked that look.
Yeah, that was. It wasn't, hey, Dave. It was like, Dave, what the heck was it?
Back-to-back at-bats. They've gone 2 straight change-ups in the at-bat to get Kojal swinging. That's striking out the side right there, by the way, in the third. Sandifer's.
Come on, Kojal. You have to see that that's 5 change-ups they've pitched you in your 2 at-bats, and you've missed every one of them. Not even touched them. You got to recognize that by now. You're too good of a hitter not to be getting fooled like that. I don't know. Behold, that'd be a good question to ask the hitting coach. Do you purposely tell your guys not to swing at the ones down the middle? Yeah, I know, James. I know why they're pitching him to him, but my point is, at this level, I mean, you have to be able to make an adjustment. You know that they're pitching them to you, so be looking for it. But it just looks to me like our motto is go up there and try to hit it 450 feet over the fence. Don't try to hit it, try to get a base hit. Just go up there and try to crush everything.
On the mound. I'm just curious, do you address that with them? Do you just chalk it up as just a bad weekend? What goes into flipping that switch to what we've seen this weekend?
Well, it was obviously a tough, flight home, and then obviously we had a day off on Monday, and we had a meeting before we left for Jacksonville to play Florida State, and it was a heart-to-heart, to be honest with you. And it was a disappointing weekend, but there were some things we needed to address. And when you play on the road in this league, it's not easy, and it was just uncharacteristic of us, with all the free passes and, not commanding the baseball. And obviously, we've done a much better job this weekend.
Johnny.
I want to go to Sandifer in particular.
You too, brother.
Because he hasn't had an SEC start. He's doing it in this environment, which is not an easy environment to step into. And he just struck out the side in the third. So what had you seen that made you say, yeah, we think he fits on the weekend?
Well, I think going into the season, he was one of the 3 or 4 guys that we had penciled in as possible starters for us, and had a little shoulder issue going on in the beginning of the year, so it set him back a couple of weeks.
Yeah, right, Bobby?
We've been kind of slowly but surely bringing him back. We started him on Tuesday. He went 3 innings against Florida State and threw really well. And obviously, I think the game on Tuesday was a big game for us after coming off a tough weekend in Tuscaloosa. So we used 3 of our better arms in that game, and they all pitched really well. And obviously, 2 of them were not available to pitch on Friday night here. So we made a switch, and Cooper Walls came out of the pen on Friday, and obviously Russ got the start today, and is obviously he's off to a good start.
All right, buddy. Listen, good luck rest of the way.
Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Trying to pull off a sweep. They haven't won a series here since 2016, but that was the year they also swept Arkansas. So it has been a while. Matter of fact, how hard is it to sweep Arkansas? If you go back to 2017, they have only been swept twice in SEC play. That is 82 SEC weekend series. Now, in 2016, they got them, but since 2017, only 2 times have they been swept. That was Georgia in 2023. Mississippi State got them in 2018.
It's too hot today, Behal.
So that's how you win at least 18 games in the league for 8 straight years.
Avoid the sweep, right?
Yeah. The math is pretty straightforward there.
Those 2 guys have got some property out in Omaha. They have spent a lot of time out there. Kevin O'Sullivan, 9 trips to Omaha in 18 seasons. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah, 1 out of every 2 years. And Dave's done the same thing over the last 8. They've gone 4 in the last 8.
Colt Myers out to right, center base hit. That was
that's what we don't
miles
do
an hour
right
off the
there.
bat.
That's how you get yourself back in the lineup. Colt Myers, freshman, hit 9th in this lineup, singled in his first at bat. Oh, 1-out single here in the 4th. Against the right-hander, Helfrich's thrown out 5 of 23 this year, but Myers not afraid to run.
6 out of 6 in stolen bases is Myers. Tate McGuire in relief of Colin Fisher.
Well, I mean,
Kyle
Ashton, we
Jones,
are
the top of the
19 and
lineup,
9
steps in.
already.
Singled, but was caught stealing.
Double play.
Ground ball. Hogs going to try to turn 2, and they're able to get it at first. And that'll get the Hogs off the field. 6-4-3, making it work.
Much better. Yeah, Al, they do. It's ridiculous. When I got home from the war, yeah, I knew what you were saying, Austin. Or Ashton. Just giving you a hard time. I used to go to Cardinals games all the time out because it was, you know, you could go and not have to take out a loan to do something to do it. So now it's ridiculous. Yeah, our pitching has been good enough to keep us in games if we were hitting. We're not giving up, huge amounts of runs. 7. And if you're hitting, you can still score 8 runs in a game. And hitting is contagious. It just gets contagious once a few guys start coming out of the slumps that they're in. The whole lineup will get better. The problem is your whole lineup can't slump at the same time, and that's what's happening for us right now. Except for maybe, Rutenbar. For a freshman, he's been pretty good at bat.
Around here, and rightfully so, just an out away from winning it.
You look at some of these NCAA tournament appearance streaks, and Kevin O'Sullivan has taken this team to 17 consecutive NCAA tournaments. Tim Corbin has continued to impress at Vanderbilt, 19 consecutive, the 2 longest streaks. And Dave Van Horn went there 14 times in a row.
You do
yeah,
anything
that's
in
my
this
point,
league,
Ashton.
and your name is above
The whole
Skip
lineup
Bertman
is
in some
in a
kind
slump
of a
right now.
ranking.
Right.
That's saying something, and he had a lot to say about Arkansas baseball.
Man,
Brian,
don't make that man eat a hot
went
pocket.
into the College Baseball Hall of Fame recently. I saw he had his jacket
Give
on.
him a
He was
hot
here
dog.
Friday night. Had the Hall of Fame jacket on.
They honored him this weekend. Throwback uniforms as well as Zach Stewart goes down swinging. I got to tell you, I have been. We were talking to Kevin O'Sullivan last night at the hotel, and
He was kind of giddy about this. story.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing, and now we understand why.
Yeah.
Kahio Aloy to step in with 1 down. Sandifer with 6 strikeouts, no walks, giving up 2 hits, 1 run. That came in the first. Aloy reached on an error his first time up. What do you like from a pitcher's perspective when you're watching Sandifer out there? What is it about him that makes it so good?
To me, it's a day where he's got all 4 going.
And Aloy, base knock.
That may get a little bit of noise out of that Florida dugout. They wanted that 1-0 slider called a strike. Then you get in a 2-0 count. You get Kahio Aloy in a dead red fastball count. Come back to it. That was 111 off the bat right there for Kahio. To answer your question, though, it's two different fastball shapes. So it's two-seamer that runs. It's cutter. The changeup, when he's needed it today, has been good against the left-handed hitters, and he's shown the ability to throw the slider for a strike. And second time through the order, you strike the first 4 guys out. You haven't walked anybody in the game. That's a pretty good combo.
And you were right. There was definitely some conversation between our home plate umpire, Jeff Wright, and that Gator dugout after that base hit. Offensive timeout taken by Arkansas. Nolan Souza to step in. Nolan, the second baseman. The junior out of Honolulu, Hawaii. First pitch he sees is down and in. Souza, another guy that we're talking about some of the Gator injuries last year. Souza suffered an injury last year. Couldn't finish out the season. About middle of April against Georgia, lost for the year. Had to have shoulder surgery.
He is way tooled up, too. I mean, there's a lot of things. It just hasn't all, for one, he hadn't, from a health standpoint, hadn't been able to stay on the field as much as they would like. But, man, there's pieces about this when you just watch him run around and take BP that you can really dream on.
Counts even at 1-1. Lifts that one high in the air, out to left. And caught at the wall, a leaping grab by Blake Sear. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Again, the wind is blowing right to left. And for those left-handed batters who can kind of get a little cut spin on that, they can ride the wind out there.
Well, that was only 88 off the bat, but still almost carried out of this ballpark. And I mean, you said it. That's especially for the lefties. That's where the spin's going to help you. Sear timed that jump perfectly. It didn't look like it was going to carry out, but it had hit well up that wall, but stole extra bases right there.
Here's Reese Robinette. Another guy in this lineup, KP, that
just waiting on.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks the part. And I know he's waiting on it too. 253 coming into this game with just 1 homer.
He was trying to steal a hit right there.
Well, they got the shift on.
Well, now Myers coming in.
Yeah.
So the pitch before at third base, he was playing almost shortstop with the shift on. Now is at least coming a little bit.
You know, I had LSU a couple weeks ago against Oklahoma, and they made some defensive changes a little bit, but they were taking Treadwell, their second baseman, and moving him around to wherever they thought the ball was going to be played. He'd be at second base, and he wound up at third base. It was interesting to see the movement defensively for Jay Johnson to try to get his best defender where he thought the ball was going to be played. Surprised more teams might not do that if they don't feel comfortable at the corners or third base, for instance.
You'll see a lot of teams with 2 strikes, too, that'll flip the shortstop back to the shortstop position, even when the balance of the infield's in the shift. But the same thing with 2 strikes, the thought is there's more of a chance they're going to go the other way than early in the count to the pull side.
Two and one on Robinette. That ball is belted. Is it enough? No, but it one hops against the wall. That's going to get Aloy home. An RBI double for Reese Robinette. His 15th RBI of the year, and it makes it a 3-2 Florida game.
If this ball's hit to left field, it clears the bullpen and everything else, but this is the difference. This is 98 off the bat. The last was 88 to left, almost went out, 98. And this one looked like it was going to hit 2/3 of the way up the Hunt family center in right field. But instead, Ashton Wilson can't quite get there, lays out, bounces off that brick wall, but it's still in play when it hits that brick wall in foul territory. And Lloyd comes all the way around to first to make it a 1-run game.
4 hits now for Arkansas. Damian Ruiz, a center fielder, squares up. That one runs in on him. 92 miles an hour. Right at the chest. And a meeting on the mound. Nobody's up and ready to go at Florida's bullpen area. Sandifer.
Nobody's even heading down there yet.
61 pitches.
That may be a quick discussion just to potentially defend the bunt, too, against Ruiz. Yeah. He squares the first time, and you get some movement on the infield for Sandifer.
Well, I've been muted this whole time.
6 strikeouts, still hasn't walked anybody. Control the strike zone.
Finally get a hit with the runner in scoring
from a pitch standpoint, just at 61 here with 2 outs in the 4th.
Let's get another one.
High chopper to third. Myers gets it and throws a strike over to first, and that'll do it. But the Hogs do get a couple of big base hits and score a run. It's 3-2 Florida after 4.
It's all right. Keep scratching and clawing. Keep them where they're at. We can make a comeback. Yeah, I thought that was a homer too off the bat, to be honest. Just depends on what we get out of Tate here. But yeah, I mean, we burned a lot of pitching yesterday too.
And KP, you'll be there, but the offense is going to be on display.
I was looking at Georgia Tech numbers last weekend. Going into this week, Georgia Tech's team OPS was 1150. Team OPS, 1150. Vaughn Lackey, one of the most exciting players in the country. Drew Burress has not had a great start, but had a really good night last night. And you know at some point Burress is really going to hit. It is a loaded Georgia Tech team, and the first time they matched up this year, Auburn got them.
James Ramsey in his first year at Georgia Tech, taking over the program. Oh, he's been at Georgia Tech as the #1 guy under Danny Hall, who just retired. Has put together a wonderful staff, always been a great recruiter, and he's added the pitching element to this team this year, which is something they have not had at a consistent level.
They've given up 5 runs this weekend in the first 2 games.
There you go.
And that was going to be the question with Georgia Tech is, well, if they pitch, they got a chance to be as good as anybody in the country, and they've pitched it pretty well this year.
James Ramsey, of course, was All-American, All-World at Florida State when he was a player for Mike Martin. Brendan Lawson, speaking of All-American type, Brendan Lawson, you're looking at one right there.
Just a sophomore, too.
He's a 6'3", 215-pound shortstop.
Yeah, I don't. He's not going to be a shortstop when he gets to Pro Bowl. You can move him to different places. What he is going to be is a left-handed power hitter.
That one is out to center field. That one is out of here. Damian Ruiz ran out of room.
Why you got to speak that into existence?
Brendan Lawson just went yard for the 11th time this year.
Now think about that entire at bat. All right, McGuire gets him 1-2. And then he got 2 straight takes from Lawson that are out of the zone. One was a pretty good changeup that
I'll take a plate.
he could have swung at. Instead, spits on both of those, gets it back to 3-2. Got what looked to be a breaking ball, and he just went down and got it. I mean, that's a big part of the ballpark. Wind's going to help some, for sure, right there. But 106 off the bat, traveled 411 feet. Lawson's 11th home run of the year extends the Gator lead.
Yeah, the wind helped, but the 106 probably was a bigger factor.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said why you had to say that.
It was a breaking ball. 3-2 breaking ball.
Every time we get a run, we give up
Florida
a run or two.
That ball is belted deep to right. Zach Stewart to the wall. Back-to-back homers. Ethan Surowick with the home run, his 5th of the year.
Bruh. What's up, Ethan? Back-to-back spanks.
This Gator offense brought their barrels today because there's been a lot of barrels for Surowick today. 3 for 3, single, double, now and a home run. Every time he has come to the plate, it has been at least 106 off the bat. This was another. Looked like
another high
that was out of way. Surowick just went with it, drove it out of here. Solo home runs to start the 5th, back-to-back.
Caught a lot of baseball games in this ballpark over the years. I don't know that I've heard it this quiet.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's up, James. I don't know if we got anybody left.
Big swing and a miss from Carson Bowen. He's behind.
He said I only called one.
112 off. I think it was 112. Surowick.
Well, you got 2, sir.
Sure.
And then he went 106, 106.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was well over 105 each of the 3 times.
I know. Just. By the way, you don't have to like him and Hall. Just go, yeah, it was 112.
Yeah, Dave, you got it again. You nailed it.
Oh, it's such
That's our athletic director, Bobby. Yeah, I never understand why they don't use wood bats in college.
It's a 5-2 Florida game now.
Get with the times, man.
McGuire, too much of that plate on that Bowen home run.
What exactly is a shit shoe?
But he really made a good pitch to
show,
Lawson.
you
gotta
say.
be shaking your head. That was down the zone.
3-2 breaking ball down in the zone. You're just facing one of the best hitters in the country.
I was going to say you might need to get a new pair of shoes.
That one is popped up way in the air.
I think it's going to go out of the park, too.
Christian Turner comes in to make the catch, and that'll be 2 outs. Surowick, this is a crazy game. Surowick's 3 for 3, single, double, home run. He scored 3 runs today, right? I mean, he came in the last 7 days hitting just 188 and 19 plate appearances.
Yeah, you're right, Fishman.
And then today he looks like he may never get out again. Well, that ball's laced off the bat. Cade Curlin.
Yeah, it was 1 for 9 on the weekend coming in.
There's some truth to that, Ashton, for sure.
He's just melted 3 balls today in his first 3 at bats.
Now Cole Stanford.
Oh, McLovin's in the bullpen.
That's 11 hits today. for Florida. And we're in the 5th. Okay, but this is a team that came in the month of March, Florida, hitting .225.
Yeah.
We were talking about Georgia Tech a minute ago. Like, if they pitch, they're going to be really dangerous because you know they're going to hit.
I wouldn't be surprised, Mr. Odom.
It's kind of the opposite for Florida.
They didn't. Baseball didn't get much to begin with.
Florida's going to be really dangerous over the course of this season.
There's a strike 2-2 to Stanford.
Yeah.
That one's lifted over the shortstop, Cam Kojal, and that'll be another base
It
hit.
is, Fishman.
That'll be the first of the day for Stanford.
Felt like that may be about it.
Dave Van Horn making that walk out to the mound indicates that there will be a change on the bump coming up for Arkansas as they trail by 3. The game has not gotten, even though there have been some loud swings, it hasn't gotten out of control yet. Arkansas still clearly in this, only down 3. Dave Van Horn hoping he can find somebody to stop the damage. Back in a moment.
Not when we can't hit the ball. I think NIL was the last straw for a lot of coaches, the old school coaches. You almost need these new age coaches, younger coaches that are, understand the intricacies behind the NIL and how to use it to their advantage. Yeah, I agree with that, Ashton. There's a little bit of truth to both of those. Florida did get hot, but we do look bad. So some of their hotness could be false advertisement. Yeah, behold, this is what it looks like when your whole team slumps. Dave Van Horn has got to have to do something to right the ship. He's going to have some heart-to-hearts like Florida did. Florida's coach did. He's going to have to set these guys down tomorrow and be like, listen, you knuckleheads need to get your stuff together.
Went yard for the 11th time. Then Ethan Surowick goes yard for the 5th time. And that has pushed the lead out to 5-2 for the Florida Gators. And a pitching change on the mound as well. Gators have 3 hits this inning.
Isn't it crazy what a week can do?
Yeah.
I mean, you go back a week and Florida's on the verge of getting swept, then gets swept at Alabama, and you're like, all right, great. We got Florida State on Tuesday, then we go.
First of all, and no hit.
Yeah, to start the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got a 4-0 lead on Sunday, and they lose it and get beat to get swept.
And here is Ethan McElwain on the mound now.
This is real stuff, too. Spent the first 2 years at Vanderbilt, and his numbers this year have been great when he's come out of the bullpen. He's punched out 17 of 11 innings, and it's a fastball that can get up 96, 97, primarily fastball cutter.
Popped him up down the line and right, and that'll be a couple of rows into the seats. Opponent's only hitting 146 against him. I mean, the numbers are really staggering for somebody who's only thrown 11 innings. Like, you'd think we'd have him 20 innings by now.
Yeah, and, maybe you start pushing him into a few different situations because he pitched a fair amount at Vanderbilt's first 2 years. He had 5 or 6 starts last year for him. Uh-oh. like that look on a foul ball.
Ashton Wilson is playing today because of some injuries.
Florida already beat up, especially in that outfield spot right now. And this, even though Wilson only has 8 at-bats over the course of the year, you don't want to lose bodies right here. I don't know if it's an oblique. I don't know much about obliques. I don't even know if I have one, but it seems like hitters always have oblique issues, and kind of grabbed at his back a little bit after that swing.
There is Stray with the injured right hand, hit by a pitch yesterday. He'll be out 3 to 4 weeks with a fractured hand.
Yeah, that's just rude, too. I mean, a kid who's not feeling good after a swing, then he go 97 on his hands right afterwards. Hey, welcome back in the box.
0-2. And then he does that and is gimpy out of the box, but he's going to pick up an RBI. Curlin comes in to score, and there is definitely some pain in the hip of Ashton Wilson. But he picks up the RBI. That's just his second run batted into the year.
Yeah, he wasn't moving great. I think you probably get him out of there right now. It kind of did him a favor right there. They went cutter. It was 88 miles an hour over the middle of the plate. Wilson did not look comfortable handling the fastball, but that one threw it right into his bat speed, barreled it up, and drove in another for the Gators.
Hayden Yost will come on and pinch run for Wilson, who goes 1 for 3 today and gets some pats on the back from his teammates. Well, that is gutting out an at-bat, I would say.
Yeah.
Colt Myers behind 0-1. And he looks at a fastball at 96 over the heart of the plate, and that'll do it for the Gators. But a good inning nonetheless for Florida. They put up a 3 spot behind a
Put up a 3 spot. Craziness.
Two of them left the yard. Arkansas 4 hits, 2 runs. As we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lawson and Serwick going yard today for the Gators. Christian Turner to lead things off. Swing and a miss. Russell Sandifer working into the 5th inning. Struck out 6, hasn't walked anybody today.
He's not afraid to work quick now. It's get it, stand up there, nod yes. That may be the discussion right here too, just to make sure the hitter is set.
Hey, don't forget Thursday night, some more SEC baseball right here on this network, 7 o'clock Eastern time. It's game 1 of a big 3-game series between second-ranked Texas heading over to South Carolina. Take on the Gamecocks. Well, that's a program that needs to find some solid footing.
Just some kind of consistency. South Carolina lost first 2 this weekend to Georgia, went into that weekend 1-5. Obviously, Paul Maneri was let go last weekend as their head coach.
Look, you and I both have known Paul for a long time. We respect him, love the guy. He's been great, but it
just didn't work there.
Yeah.
That's it. It just didn't weigh. It should not weigh on the balance of his career. He won a national championship, took Notre Dame to the College World Series, but it just didn't work there.
Little blooper. Blake Sear on the run toward the line. Did he make the catch? He did. What a catch. However awkward it was a heck of a catch by Sear.
Yeah, there's a collective kind of hold your breath right now in that Florida dugout because Sear did not get a great break. I mean, I think the wind is the only reason he makes his play. But it just was an awkward dive. You got guys that have to dive kind of opposite glove side like Sear does right at the end. Watch the glove as he goes down, and it's that wrist that turns over right on contact with the turf. He's up, moving around fine, and has stayed in the game, but that did not look comfortable when he dove and made that play.
And here is Carter Rutenbar, top of the Arkansas lineup. Big swing and a miss. I'll tell you what, when this game's over, I have a feeling that Sandifer will be glad that he doesn't have to face Rutenbar again. Rutenbar has made him throw 70 pitches. Rutenbar's taken up like 25 of those today.
This will be the 20th. 10 pitches in his first at-bat, 7 pitches. He struck out his second at-bat. Now this will be the 21st pitch the leadoff hitter has faced, and the first time he's hit leadoff all year.
22 of the 72 pitches for this one guy.
Yeah, you may have found your leadoff hitter here for a little bit.
The 3-1 line to short. Oh, glove there by Lawson. Comes up firing, and that is a heck of a play. Seeing a little bit of everything that Brendan Lawson brings to the plate.
All right, I'm about tired of this.
Yeah, that ball may have been knuckling on him too. You can tell he's not sure if he wants to go try to catch it, wait back, and you got to guess on the hop. It's 102 off the bat. There's really not even enough time to read it. You just throw that glove up where you think it's going to be, and for Lawson to hit the back end of it, had enough time to finish the playoff.
I was impressed with the throw. How many times
I
did you
think
guys get up?
A bunch of the Florida players got horseshoe suppositories
first. He's going to have to charge here barehanded.
They
do another one.
Really?
Wow. Have yourself a game, Mr. Lawson.
He said maybe I can play short.
Yeah,
I'm going to show you.
Take that, Kyle Peterson.
Way to go, analyst guy. I can do this too. Barehanded throw it on the run off that right foot. 2 great plays out at shortstop by Brendan Lawson.
Unbelievable. That's crazy. Absolute craziness. I'm telling you, horseshoe suppositories. That means you're supporting the Sarge, Ashton. That's what it means. Yeah, Pittsburgh, absolutely. Great plays. I know it's Sunday, everybody. I know we're losing and not looking good right now. But do me a favor to smash that like button for your boy. I'm on your side. Don't take it out on me. I understand what you're going through. But I'm going through it with you. Every day, every game, Sarge will be here taking you through it.
Start today. But right before first pitch, we've been told earlier today that there was a little bit of a bug going on, and it apparently affected Mike Anu a little bit, so he did not get the start.
Good chance, Robert.
They will insert him in center field now as we move to the 6th inning.
Hit him.
And one pitch, and the Gators. I don't know that Jeff Wright, the home plate umpire.
You could hear it.
Kevin O'Sullivan, that's what he's saying. You could hear it. Kevin O'Sullivan quickly out of the dugout.
Florida's challenging the call of no hit by pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough for a home plate umpire because the ball doesn't change direction. Catcher catches it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I think you could hear it.
It's like a little click before
just one sound right before. Now, whether or not that's enough to overturn it, that's a part I don't know, but it was an immediate reaction at home plate.
I don't think he got hit because he had no. He didn't grab for nothing. He didn't make it look like he got hit.
I don't think visually you're going to see it unless the pants move, but I didn't see it the first time.
No, he's wearing skinny jeans.
It was really just the sound. It sounded like it was a little bit off. What do you got? You got pants moving there?
Yeah, I think you can see
You
it
got pants
kinda,
moving.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I stand corrected.
I could definitely see what Jeff Wright, our home plate umpire, didn't think it hit him. So we are waiting for confirmation one way or the other here.
Yeah, I think he got hit too.
McIlvain, meanwhile, getting some warm-up tosses in.
You know, you got a good arm when you're like mid-inning warm-up tosses are 93, 94. So those usually aren't best bolts.
I think that, I mean,
I thought I heard it. I thought I heard it real time.
Two of my fantasy guys hit homers already today.
It's not some
Good
massive
news
sound
for the
difference, but
Sarge.
You listen to enough games, when you hear two sounds before it hits the catcher's glove, it usually means it's hitting something else first.
Yes. If it touches any part of the uniform or the player, it is hit by
That's what we got
pitch.
going on around the league, David.
we've got a shootout going in Nashville. I know that. Last I checked, it was 12-10.
After replay, no hit by pitch. Count is 1-0. Florida still has one challenge remaining.
Ooh.
And KB, I think that the situation there
They
is it
might
has
got
to
that.
be indisputable video evidence. And
Yeah.
I don't know
I
that.
don't know
got a
that
break
there was
on that one.
video-wise.
Right.
No, it just
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything in the rule book about audio evidence.
I don't know that figures in.
No, maybe there should be now.
That was
Pull his
what
pant leg up and see if there's a red mark there.
Let the record show.
So Kyle Jones will step back in there. Kyle with one hit today. Grounded into a double play his last time up. And if you're a hitter, right, you want to swing the bat. That one's high in the air out to center field. And Mike Anu, doesn't take long, right, for the ball to find you.
No. He's got a funny way of doing that.
And here comes Brendan Lawson, who went yard for the 11th time this year.
Big part of the ballpark, too. 3-2 breaking ball. Look at that backside go down and get it. Lawson just showing you why he's one of the most complete hitters in the entire country. 11th home run, led off the 5th his last time up.
Showed us some great glove work last inning as well. Back-to-back nice plays on a hot shot and then a slow roller. This can't be a comfortable matchup for left-handed hitters.
No. I mean, 96, 97 from the left side.
Two and one to count. Lawson, 16th in the conference.
My boy.
360 batting average.
I hear you, man.
Bryce Chance at Mississippi State is just continuing on a torrid pace. I kept waiting for it to kind of come back to reality. He's at 455.
Sorry that you're not
playing every day.
Getting to see a good game, but it's still fun to be at the ballpark.
That one misses. 3-2. Crowd getting a little chirpy.
That's a tough take right there from McIlvain, right where you want to throw it. But Lawson has laid off two of those fastballs just down and out of the zone in this at bat.
Let's go, McLovin. Finish him off. That'll work.
Boy, skies this one. Helfrich trying to battle that sun, and he'll make the play. Well done.
Gave Lawson a little
push,
love tap to get him out of the
Yeah, I bet it is, JK.
Right there.
All right, my boy. Appreciate you, brother.
Get rid of that mask. I'm going to need you to move a little bit. Now, I'll go ahead and finish this one off.
Now you get to face Surwick. And that is not an easy task, who has singled, doubled, and homered his last time out.
3 for 3. This was one of the loudest, though. Cutter up in the zone. And not easy to hit the ball out to right today, especially for a right-handed hitter, but drove it straight through the wind. 3 for 3 with a single, a double, a homer, has scored 3 times.
Gets that one off the fist. 1-1 the count. Surwick, sophomore transfer out of Gulfport, Mississippi. 6'1", 235. Had a 2-home run game against Kennesaw State earlier this year. Big swing and a miss there, 1-2. Named the Northwoods League MVP last summer. Hit 20 homers. How about this, having 200 at-bats in a summer league? That one is out to right. Smashed off the bat, off the base of the wall. This is going to be another double for Surwick. Goodness gracious.
Just a measly 100.
Great balls of fire.
Surwick, 4 at-bats today. Every time that he's come to the plate, he's left his bat at least 100 miles an hour. And
I think he's seeing the ball well.
Comments like this, he was a triple shy of the cycle. So right about now, when it hits the wall, I'm going to guess that Surwick doesn't have a whole lot of triples in his collegiate career. But for that moment, he's thinking maybe it gets away. Instead, it's his second double, now 4 for 4 on the day.
Carson Bowen. He's behind 0-2. 14 hits. It's the most in an SEC game this year for Florida. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. So no damage done off the double. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Looked like it to me, David, but they didn't call it, so I ain't gonna argue. I thought for sure they would call it. Yeah, Steve, that would be about the next worst thing that could happen. I just don't think there was enough evidence to them to see that it did, but it did look like to me it did hit his knee. That's some of that Harry Potter stuff, Ashton.
Certainly are on some All-American watch list, and Camden Kozel and Ryder Helfrich. If Arkansas is going to win some baseball games,
they got to go.
This can't happen.
It's that simple. They're two of the best hitters in this lineup and two of the most consistent guys over the last couple of years. 9 strikeouts in their 20 official at bats this weekend, and they've combined to strike out 4 times today.
Craziness.
But they will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th.
You know how there's games where it feels like one team is ahead by 10 runs and then you look up and they're not? This is that game. It's a 6-2 game. Now, it's been totally controlled by Florida. They're out hitting them 14-4. But Arkansas, you're a couple bloops and blast away from now starting to feel like we really got a chance. But if it's going to go, you feel like it's going to start pretty quick because Florida's still loaded in that bullpen.
Kozel hitting third in this lineup, tries to slap one through that left side with the shift on, and hey, he was just trying to get on base any way he can, and that works out just perfectly for Arkansas.
Well, they had struck him out with that same pitch as
we need to be having all the time right there.
It was a changeup there that Kozel this time just got a piece of it. It was 69 miles an hour off the bat, traveled all of 9 feet. But guess what? When that's the defensive look, that's all you got to do. And I think right now for Arkansas, you don't care how he's on base, you just need base runners to see if this offense can get going.
Exit angle was minus 16 degrees. Ground ball, that's a base hit. They had the shift on and they beat it. Kozel round second, he'll wind up at third, and here you go, Arkansas first and third now and nobody out.
2 for 3 today.
Second hit for Zach Stewart.
This is how it can start. I mean, it felt like this game should be out of reach for Florida. Isn't, and now with this Arkansas offense, there's still plenty of thump. Pretty good sign for Zach Stewart. Had 2 hits combined in his first 8 SEC games this year. Has 2 today, and that one may have chased Sandifer out of this ballgame.
Call them hogs.
Ernesto Lugo Danchola.
2016 Prince Harry.
He's been throwing with some pretty violent.
And it was by Florida.
Bullpen, so he's probably ready to go if needed, but Kevin O'Sullivan's going to leave.
I think you wait
Sarge,
one
the
hitter.
physics of a 98 mile an hour
wait one hitter because then you go Souza from the left side, Robinette from the left side. You get 4 of the next 5 in the Arkansas lineup from the left side after Aloy right here.
Yeah.
However,
I mean, it could, Greg.
Aloy's got the chance, or has the ability to hit the ball out anywhere.
That's true.
4 home runs on the year, 1 for 2
It looked like
today.
it changed directions. It looked like it hit his knee and then come towards Ryder Helfrich.
Last time up. Average up to 280.
I'm not saying they're right and they're wrong. I didn't see enough where I could see either way. I'd have been okay with the call.
The Hogs designated hitter. Takes one inside.
They have really spun it consistently against Eloy this weekend, especially from the right-handers. They've tried to crowd him with a fastball and then finish him later on with a breaking ball away.
Big cut by Eloy.
There's that pitch.
And that's kind of the book, is when he starts showing the ability, and we saw this with Vahiva last year, when he started hitting the ball with authority to right center field on that pitch, then the whole year changed. It's the same thing for Kuhio. If he can start doing that, then he can't do it as much.
Ground ball to third. They get one there over to first, and they get the double play. They'll give up the run for the 2 outs. So the Hogs will cut it to 6-3. Sandiford fired up about that
pitch.
double play ball.
And look,
yeah, and it was a breaking ball that was elevated, but still in a spot that Eloy could not get elevated. Hits the ground ball. You got a chance to turn it, and yeah, that'll do it for Sandiford. You just felt like with the amount of left-handers coming up for Arkansas, that's the time to go left in the bullpen and stay in there for one hitter, get 2 outs. That's a good way to exit for the right-hander.
Heck of a day for Sandiford. He certainly looks the part of another Gator weekend starter.
easy now. It's only Arkansas. All right, you guys don't get Major Razor no more because you're not doing nothing here. So let's show some love to the members. Yeah, Gil, the only problem is we've not been able, every time we get a run, we give up a run or two in the next inning. We've not been able to stop them from scoring. Yeah, I mean, Florida did just get swept last weekend. So, I mean, they went through it too.
It's just in the top 15. Forget about the top 25. Texas just got done sweeping Oklahoma. 2 of those games, it was the last at bat that Texas walked them off. Georgia's won the first 2 against South Carolina. State has won the first 2 in Oxford this weekend against Ole Miss. They'll go for the sweep in Oxford today, and obviously Arkansas trying to avoid it here at home.
They had some huge crowds in Oxford.
Yeah, and this Arkansas team will go to Auburn, I think, next weekend. I think.
Yes.
That's full week for Auburn. You get Georgia Tech on a Tuesday in Atlanta, then go home and
there
get an
next
Arkansas
weekend.
team that you know is going to come in with maybe a little fire in their belly.
And then the next
Well, the
weekend
new
after that,
arm
we're
on the mound.
at Alabama.
Ernesto Lugo Canchola. Not many lefties on this staff. He's one of the good ones.
No, there's not many lefties from the state of Utah that end up at Gainesville either. And
Great
the
point.
route has been a little bit different, but I would tell you the trust factor with this left-hander is way, way high for Florida's staff.
He'll face Nolan Souza. Breaking ball stays inside. Ernesto pitched a couple of innings in game 1 of this series. Gave up 1 hit, 2 earned runs. Florida won that game 9-4.
He's shown the ability, especially against left-handers. Throw that breaking ball over 50% of the time. It's 2 pitches. It's a fastball, low 90s, and the breaking ball that you saw right there, but not a comfortable at bat against left-handers.
2 down in the inning. Out to left field. Blake Sear on the run to the track. He can't catch this one. It bounces off the wall. So Souza with a double. His first hit today.
That was almost the exact thing that happened the last time Souza was up there. It was 88
That's what he's
miles
good
an
for
hour
right now,
off the bat.
Steve. He can't lay off that outside
The only difference was Sear made the play.
And that's all you do when you're a pull hitter.
This was
You're just going to
88
roll
miles
over
an hour
on
off the bat. You can almost see the exact same spot. The only difference was Sear just couldn't quite corral it. Goes as a 2-out double right there for Souza.
And now you get Reese Robinette, who doubled his last time up and picked up an RBI. Again, he turns on one here. Wait for Kevin O'Sullivan. You just don't feel real good about a 3-run lead on the road trying to sweep somebody. That's up and in. 2-0.
No, and even though this environment isn't typical, it's Sunday day game, crowd hasn't been in it like they usually are, they can get in it quick. You start giving them something to cheer about, and they'll be on their feet in a hurry.
Another meeting on the mound for Florida. So they try to navigate this 6th inning where Arkansas has already plated 1.
What do you know about Northwest Nazarene University? What do you got?
Don't have a whole lot.
That's where Ernesto. It's the interesting thing about the portal is because there's so much data out there and guys are playing in summer ball. You can go learn about a kid that otherwise you wouldn't have known anything about, and that's exactly what Lugo Canchola has been for this Florida staff. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. It's in Nampa, Idaho. They're in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference, and it's a D2 school. And this kid has come in and has been one of the most important left-handers, probably the most important left-hander for Florida.
Well, he was the D2 National Pitcher of the Year.
Pretty good start.
So you do bring some street cred with you. And he was trying to find a left, and again, I think as we were talking about, he hasn't started a left-hander all season, and he only has like 3 left-handers on his staff, and this is one of those left-handers, and certainly he has the potential to be a starter, but he's too valuable out of the pen. Ground ball out to second base. Curlin scoops it up and makes a play, and that'll get the Gators off the field. They give up.
Same pitches every time, gives you the same result. It's probably 300 times he's grounded to the second baseman in this series alone. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get rid of him during the season. Nevada, I would say right now, it's 50-50. We ain't that good right now, and they're pretty decent.
At least one team in the College World Series, 16 of the last 17 years. How about the last 3 Golden Spikes winners, including one that played right here last year? Cahiva Aloy. How about the Aloy boys? Cahiva was named a couple of All-American lists, was a semifinalist for a couple of those national awards. Blake Sear today at the plate. He is 2 for 3, a couple of singles, 3 RBIs. Lays off that one.
Yeah, you feel like with Cahill, it's going to go. When it does, he could go through 2 weeks and hit you 6 or 7 home runs and just kind of run away and hide offensively.
He has had a problem, and I was here with Chris Burke a couple weeks ago, Mississippi State series, and he was pounding balls into the ground.
That's been the biggest issue. Is the contact has been really good. The problem is he just hasn't had the consistent ability to get the ball in the air.
And you figure when he does do that,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, whether that's now or whether that's moving forward.
Here's the 3-2, fouled off. We'll do it again. Third pitcher on the mound, Ethan McIlvain for Arkansas. It started with Colin Fisher. Then they went to Tate McGuire, who has turned it over to Mr. McIlvain. There is a punch out to start the 7th.
McIlvain's done his job now. I mean, you come in and just kind of slow the pace of everything down. Now you just need to, A, see if he can continue to do it against this Florida offense, but B, see if Arkansas's offense can get it going. 3-2, 95 on the outside black to get the first out here in the 7th.
Cade Kurland. Cade has singled today, scored a run, 1 for 3. Hopefully Cade will stay healthy the remainder of this season. He's just been battling injuries. Hasn't been able to sustain.
Last year and this year. Yeah, it was both.
Yeah, Ty. Commercial break. I hope I can say that name right. Is it Tim Murray?
He looks at a strike. It's 2-1. Kurland on the year hitting .232 now. Does have 1 home run.
Well, you know the frustration, too. His freshman and sophomore year combined, he had 31 home runs. 31. It's 17 his freshman year. And it was the injuries last year and then this year, some of those, and just trying to find consistency.
Up and in. There's a walk. 96 around the chin.
Okay, you want an Arkansas positive today on the mound? It's their first walk. They hit one before that, but it's the first walk of the game after walking 18 in the first 2 games combined of this series.
They had 10 in game 1. Gave up 9 runs. Cole Stanford looks at ball 1.
Well, I'll give her a better one at the commercial break.
Today, 1 for 3.
I just wanted to make sure I had the name right.
1-1 the count. Every Gator has reached base today, and 8 of the 9 have base hit.
Florida gets Ole Miss at home next weekend, then to Georgia. Auburn at home, A&M at home, to Oklahoma. Kentucky at home, finish at LSU.
And then go to Hoover.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
We've had some success there before.
Yes.
McElwain coming into this longest outing of the year was 2 2/3. Probably go get him now.
Matt Hobbs pops out of that Arkansas dugout.
And again, you got it back to a 6-3 game. Like you got a real chance for all of kind of the air that's got taken out of this ballpark. But Arkansas, who had walked 18 of the first 2 games coming into this game 3, Florida now 20 on the weekend, but back-to-back here with 1 out in the 7th. Okay, look at that. 20th walk, and 8 of those have scored. You look at that as compared to today. All 6 guys that have scored for Florida reached via a base hit. So, I mean, had to earn everything about it to score.
But now you get Hayden Yost, who's hitting for Ashton Wilson, who tweaked something in his hip area his last at-bat when he singled and picked up an RBI. So Yost's first at-bat today. Hitting 167 on the year. No homers. 1 run batted in. And by the way, we're going to send you out there and you're going to face 96 from the left side.
Welcome to the ball game.
Yeah. Now it's 3-0.
And it's just it's what happens when that pitch count gets up and guys haven't been there. Is the velocity doesn't change all that much, but control of it does, and that's where McElwain, who had great control since coming in, is now scuffled with the last 3 hitters.
And that is a 4-pitch walk. We saw Dave Van Horn before the game today. Just kind of, we talked about pitching for a brief moment, just kind of shook his head and was just like, it's like came out of nowhere.
Yeah, basically said that's not who we've been at all, and they have not.
Maybe he should go talk to Kevin O'Sullivan after this series to figure out what Sully.
How'd you flip the switch there?
Colt Myers 2 for 3, couple of singles. Bases are loaded of Gators. Only 1 out in the inning. Down one's down in the dirt. Boy, you feel like a base hit here, and it might just be the proverbial nail.
Yeah, it's hard to watch McElwain because he had been so consistent coming in this inning. It just looks like he's just flat run out of control and stuff. And it's not like Florida's been hitting all over the ballpark in the end, but now in danger of walking 4 straight and walking in a run.
There's a strike, full 3-2. Remember, he only had 3 walks
in 11 innings over the course of the season, yeah.
Boy, big pitch here. Time is called at the plate. It's almost like he stood in there. It looked like I just glanced up at the pitch clock out. It was like, it looked like it was about to hit 0. If he'd have stayed in there,
could have been strike 3.
He hadn't thrown the ball.
Oh,
yeah,
I got you.
The batter was ready to
ball
go.
4.
Yeah. So here we go, the 3-2. Called strike 3. Myers flips the bat thinking that he was going to get a free pass and an RBI. Instead, he's going to get the free pass back to the dugout.
That's the most important pitch of the ball game for Arkansas right there, because McElvaine's just trying to fight through, get through this inning, keep it a 3-run game, and had worked his way back from a down count on the mound, gets it back to 3-2, and maybe gets the benefit of a little bit down below the zone, but it's a pretty good pitch, 3-2, and gets that big second out.
Swing and a miss to Kyle Jones, the Gators' leadoff hitter. I got to tell you, on second look at that strike, it looked like it came across that front knee, right at the kneecap.
It's a great pitcher's pitch. You just don't know if you're going to get the call.
2 outs in the inning. 0-2 here. Well, McElvain got himself in this trouble. See if he can get himself out of it.
You can empty the tank right now, too, because he's not coming back out. I think they're working to get Brissy a clean inning to come out of that bullpen.
Ground ball out to second. Souza will go to first with it, and he was on the bag at first. Good job by Rutenbar to keep a spike on the bag. The Gators leave them loaded, but they still lead at 6-3.
Woo. Got out of that one. Miss Timmery. A big hello from the Sarge. Hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon watching the Hogs. Although the game ain't going our way, we appreciate you watching with your dad. Thank you very much. Oh, and there he is. Daniel makes his appearance.
Here, they haven't swept Arkansas since here in Fayetteville since 2016. Matter of fact, haven't won a series here since 2016. That happened to be a sweep. They are getting closer to that, but still, they need 9 more outs. Ernesto Lugo Canchola on the mound, 2.79 ERA. Gave up a hit. He came into the game last inning. 19 1/3 overall in the season for Ernesto, with 29 strikeouts and 5 walks. Micah New steps in. Micah, of course, did not get the start today. Was penciled in initially. Actually, he was inked in and then taken off. Good thing skipper has an erasable pen like I do.
Well, some of us are going to have it next week.
Yeah. But Micah checks into the game last inning out in center field and gets his first at bat today. Micah hitting .371, 5 homers. Three and two now. A senior transfer. Out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Over to third base. That'll be the first out of the inning as Colt Myers gets the job done.
That's an important one right there, because you go left to follow for Arkansas. And I think if you're Florida, ideally, you'd like Lugo Canchola to finish this inning, then they maybe go right out of that bullpen.
9-hole hitter Christian Turner. Turner 0 for 2 today. Grounded out and flew out to left. So they called a strike. Was it pitch clock? Yeah. He'll square up and lays down a bunt. Throw to first is in time. Boy, that was a heck of a fastball from Ernesto.
Lefty can move a little bit
Cancello.
now.
He did hop off that mound.
A little bit tougher play for a left-hander too, because you got to turn that back to the first base dugout to make this throw. Watch him spin all the way around it. So circle it. He's probably the only guy that has a chance to make it. Then an absolute strike to Serwick over at first base.
Carter Rutenbar. Singled and scored, struck out and grounded out. Ryder Helfrich on deck.
And I would think the freshman's taking the whole way right there too. I mean, based on the way he's approached this, whether they told him or not, you get in a 2-0 count with Helfrich waiting on deck in a 3-run game, and that time took a fastball for strike one.
That one misses. Curious, as you've been a starter, a reliever during your time pitching. I'm just curious, was it easier from a mindset? I know it doesn't matter. You got to do it no matter what. But is it easier to come in a clean inning, or did it bother you at all to come in
clean?
Yeah,
for sure.
There is a walk, and we'll see if Kevin O'Sullivan wants to make that change. As Ryder Helfrich going to step in that batter's box.
I would think they'd get him here. Stuff profile doesn't exactly fit the matchup that you would want with Helfrich. It does with Kojal on deck, but I don't know that it does with Helfrich.
And here comes Kevin O'Sullivan. So the Gators going to make a change on the mound.
And we'll be right back. Mason, appreciate you subscribing and becoming a member of the Sarge squad. Welcome in, soldier. There's Mason.
Out the dead center, that extended the Gator lead, and then Ethan Surwick would follow. Both on breaking balls, both solo shots. And Ashton Wilson later on in what would be his last at bat of the ball game, left after an injury to what looked to be his hip and an RBI single. It was a 3-run Gator lead in the 5th and cushioned that lead, which now is 6-3.
New pitcher on the mound for the Gators, Luke McNeely, the right-hander out of Milton, Georgia, junior, and another explosive arm. He will face Ryder Helfrich. First pitch off speed in their first strike.
Yeah, and you can see a fastball get up 97, 98 from McNeely. He's one of those guys that he's got 3 starts this year, but the stuff plays up a little bit when he comes out of the pen.
He's ahead 0-2.
So you gear up for the velocity. You know he's got the ability to throw 97, 98. And you get 2 breaking balls to start. Now Helfrich in an 0-2 hole.
I mean, the Gators have some arms coming out of that bullpen. Jackson Barberry, we've seen this weekend. He can top 100. Now you get McNeely, who can sit 96, 97 miles an hour. Runner goes. That ball's hammered out to right field. Hayden Yost looks at it, and watches it go over the fence. My God! A 2-run homer off a 97-mile-an-hour fastball for Ryder
said he was a little under the weather, Parker.
You just felt like it was a matter of time. You don't know when it's going to be that Helfrich starts to heat up. Been quiet all weekend and seen 3 straight breaking balls in this at bat. It's a 1-2 hole.
Hopefully for you, it's a washout, Daniel.
On a day that it's not really kind, hit it out to right center field, flashes that raw power, and makes this a 1-run game.
Helfrich with his 2nd home run this weekend. The only Arkansas player with a home run against the Gators. Right back to the pitcher. And McNeely will underhand toss it, but a big swing.
Nisha
from Ryder Helfrich has closed the gap to just 1 as we head to the 8th.
All right, we only need 2 to win this. Only need 2 to win it. We're in the 8th inning and we under 200 likes, man. That's terrible. Let's go. Come on. I'm actually kind of relieved, Nisha, to be honest. That was stressful. I do look forward to see what we're going to build for next year, though. Who's coming back?
Razorbacks to within 1 of the Florida Gators. Guy can play.
He was ready for the velo, too. I mean, the first fastball he saw out of 4 pitches in the at-bat, 97, elevated a little bit, but out of way. And
it's going to rain on you, Daniel, and you only.
3 straight breaking balls, just want to see something else. And when he got it, he took advantage of it.
Now with 24 runs batted in this year. He's a good one.
I don't think
I put on his
the
shoulders
question
too.
is he's so much saying
that Hobbs lets these
we should or shouldn't be in the top 25. He's more saying, why is Arkansas fans hoping we're not?
Kind of take control, but for the most part, he lets these guys, he figures they do all the work during the week, and they know what they feel good with. But that puts a lot of pressure on Helfrich behind the plate to handle that situation. But makes you more prepared for pro ball, I would assume.
Yeah, because that's what he's going to be doing here pretty quick. And he handles a pitching staff that has really high-end stuff. He's done that for the last 2 years.
95 from the new pitcher.
Mark Brissy, freshman that is very fastball heavy, and it's 95, 96, but he throws it about 75, 80% of the time. The freshman from Fayetteville High School.
I agree too, Ashton.
Sharply hit. 116 off the bat for Lawson, who has 3 hit day today.
Yeah, so Lawson can handle velocity too, especially if you go to the plate and the book is you're going to see 80% fastballs. You're going to beat him here with something else, so be it. But I mean, he's ready to go for that fastball. 116 off the bat, 3 more hits today for Lawson, 1 of them a home run.
His average now up to 373. Big swing from Surwick, who they just have not had an answer for today. I mean, I don't know that anybody would have an answer for the way he's been swinging it. Surwick 4 for 4, 2 doubles, a single, and a home run. He came in hitting 298. He has watched his average creep up to 324 now. Lawson has stolen 8 bases this year. Been caught twice. High in the air. Out to left, Turner toward the line, and he will make the catch in foul territory for 1 down, and they finally get Surwick out.
He didn't miss it by much.
No, I know.
He didn't miss it by much. It was a breaking ball that he recognized and just caught the bottom half of the baseball.
And now Carson Bowen. Carson has a home run this weekend, but he is looking for his first hit. The only Gator starter today that hasn't had a base hit. Was hit by a pitch, though, in the first. He has struck out his last 3 times up. That's off the glove. No throw. And Brissy will now have 2 on base, and that was just a.
You just got to let it go.
Yeah.
You got to let it go, and the kind of instinctual side of you on the mound says to reach for it, but it's even if you glove it cleanly, you got no chance for a double play right here. Not hit that hard, so Robinette at third base was screaming across the diamond, would have been able to get there instead off the end of the glove, and now that changes the inning.
And the first hit for Bowen today. And you got runners at first and second, only 1 down for Blake Sear. We got a pitch clock violation, so a 1-0 count. Second one we've seen in the last inning. Now it's even at 1-1. Lawson is at second base. Bowen's at first. And Blake Sear has a 2-hit game at the plate. His average now 356. Two and two now.
Good job by Helfrich there, too, on the breaking ball. Backhand, I mean, you take a little bit of a chance to go backhand and not block it, but can get it on the short hop. Base runners can't go anywhere.
Got him. Called strike 3 for the second out of the inning.
It looked like Sear recognized the spin, too. I think he just thought this ball was going to end up off the plate. Helfrich's pretty good at that. He can steal you some strikes back behind the dish, and he may have done it right there.
So 2 down for Cade Kurland. Tennessee has opened it up a little bit on Vanderbilt up in Nashville. It's 15-10 now in the 9th.
Sunday fun day.
After going 16 innings last night, Vanderbilt won the first 2 in that series. South Carolina in the 6th, leading Georgia 6-4. Slap base hit.
Every time
Lawson
we get it
will
close,
be sent home.
we give
and
up
the
a
Gators
run.
now have a 2-run advantage on the 2-out RBI base hit.
Yeah, Buck, I got sound.
Feels like that
sound's
set
all
up by the
working
count
here.
right there.
Make sure
the 1-0 breaking ball
the stream
was
isn't
called. The ball
muted.
was close. Could have gone either way. But you get to
Or
2-0
back out and come back in.
Freshman comes back with a fastball on the inside part of the plate. 94 out of the hand, 101 off the bat. And Kurland with a 2-out RBI that gives the Gators just a little bit more breathing room.
17 base knocks. That is a season high hits for the Gators today. Cole Stanford has one of those hits. He's behind 0-2 now. Cole getting the start behind the plate. Grad student transfer from Lenore Rhine. Fouls that one off. Division II program. He was a Division II All-American last year. Hit just shy of 400 with 20 homers. Lenore Rhine, a good baseball program, Division II level. NCAA tournament team last year. Oh, what a breaking ball in there. Is down for the 3rd out. But Florida does pick up a run.
Yeah, leadoff single by Lawson comes around to score to the bottom of the 8th to see if they can get this fan base in it. Hogs trail it by 2.
You're good, Gail. Streamlabs gets. It's funny how it picks up some words, but then others it doesn't say anything about. Guys, just remember, we're all on the same side here. Just because we have different opinions on things doesn't mean that we can't all be friends.
perfect this year when they lead after 6. 17-0.
And
boy, it's turned out to be.
Is it the end of the world? We have what if we do have a bad season and we suck this year?
I say it all the time.
And we don't go to the playoffs, and we don't go to a regional or the tournament.
The whole thing is just great. I love it.
Maybe that will show them that we need some more money.
Wrong, it's home, but I love coming here.
That's a pretty good
to
spot.
do what we need to do.
It's a really good spot.
It's not the end of the world.
Zach Stewart start things off.
Well, I'll be here bitching and complaining about something next year.
I love it when I get a football game here in like late October and you fly in over the kind of the Ozark Mountains. And
I agree, Arkansas. Country boy, I'm the same way.
It'll wow you. There's a wow factor there.
Natural state, man. There's a reason for it.
How far are we from Omaha from here?
We are a 6-hour and 5-minute drive.
Is this a place one time where you were driving back home and your car broke down and you just bought a new car on the way home?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
It is.
Some dealer did not expect that. For you to come rolling in. Fly ball out to left. Wednesday at 1 Eastern on the SEC Network and, of course, the ESPN app. The SEC Now Spring Football Show will preview spring games, look at some of the best pro day performances, and break down the SEC draft eligible players who hope to have their name called in Pittsburgh. That'll be Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern, right here on the SEC Network. A lot of eyes be in Baton Rouge.
YT, I don't need you to be adding to the
fall with
nonsense.
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, some boring times down there right now.
Will Wade back in town. Lloyd chops that one foul. Somebody asked Kim Mulkey. Yes, LSU lost in the NCAA tournament. Asked her if there rumors about her retiring. And she was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, she lit up. She's like, "We got Lane Kiffin here. We got Will. This is the glory days of LSU.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're right. This is gonna be fun."
May want to check. That update.
It's funny you say that. I just hit the refresh button on my scoreboard, and it looks like there's some activity going on here in Arkansas as well. Aloy hammers it deep to left.
Oh, my God!
Lead in half. KP, you said it. Once he starts to elevate the baseball, it could be trouble.
And they've been getting him with spin pretty consistently over the course of the weekend, and they tried to do it again right here. Now, location wasn't ideal, but that is what you think you're going to see more out of Kahio Aloy the rest of the year. Look at that extension on the breakable. Elevated enough, he can get to it. 108 out to left center field. And that makes it a one-run game.
Now, Ashton, you just said ground ball to third incoming. Then you're going to say
Aloy. Step in.
Come on now.
Loud fly ball. That is the second home run allowed by Luke McNeely since he's come into this game.
Yeah. Richard, that is correct. If we would, the game would be tied if we wouldn't have gave up that run.
Nolan with a 1 home run and 12 runs batted in this year.
Okay, Dave. So just a boring afternoon at Hawkins Field. Forget afternoon, boring weekend. Vandy walked off Tennessee in every game this weekend. Today it was a Tommy Gooden walk-off grand slam to beat them 16-15. Tennessee left 12 on base. That is a long 2.5-hour bus ride back to Knoxville now.
He said, "I'll take the positive."
Boy, what a series that was.
3 straight walk-offs.
Be pretty close. I know we got to be about 36.
You seen Vandy yet?
Have
This
not.
Gooden kid's got real juice.
Yeah.
Didn't get any at-bats his freshman year. Sophomore year, he's got 7 or 8 home runs already and has maybe played in half the games, but it was him that walked him off today.
About a 16-15 Sunday battle. Well, good for Tom Hart and Chris Burke. They've worked a lot of baseball. They needed something fortunate to happen.
16-inning boring affair. Look out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Dominic.
Into the wind, though. That wind is howling 15 to 20 miles an hour right to left, and Robinette hit it right into that wind, and it kept it from a danger zone for Florida.
Yeah, but you know who didn't? Kahio Aloy didn't, and it made it a one-run game. I think everybody thought this ball was out off the bat. Well, it looked like it for Robinette, just a long fly ball to end it, but the Hogs get one back. We go to the 9th. Florida.
Here we go. Going to the 9th. Still under 200 likes. Come on. We need 8 likes just for the home run, for God's sakes. That would have been gone on a normal day, Richard. Probably both of the ones he hit today probably would have been. Thank you for getting us over 200. Thank you. Whoever the 8 people were, 9 people. Reese, no, we are down 7-6 and going into the 9th right now.
On a gorgeous weekend. 4th-ranked Hogs in a world of hurt, trying to avoid being swept. They trail by a run as we head to the 9th inning.
Got a little bit of everything in this one up. See if we can get some late inning heroics by one or the other. Arkansas back to the bullpen. They go to Parker Coyle, the left-hander, who has been one of their most trusted. I'm just trying to keep this thing a one-run game, see if that offense can keep going in the bottom half of the 9th.
Big swing and a miss. Parker Coyle with a 2.93 ERA. He's 1-0 on the year, 15 1/3 innings of work, struck out 20, walked 4. He has given up 3 home runs. And he gets Hayden Yost to start things off.
And I'm going to come find you, Ashton, and throw rocks at you.
Hayden fouls that one over the Arkansas dugout.
Tell you to do your job better.
Florida with the most hits they've had this season, 17.
Yeah, Big Phil. I'm telling you, he's got the worst luck you can have right now. He either hits it hard to the second baseman or smashes it and the wind's blowing out and the outfielder catches it.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's why this is a one-run game right now.
Ground ball to the right side, right into the shift. Close play at first as Yost scoots down that line, but they do get the out. Boy, this could be a tough day for Tennessee Volunteers. They're losing a walk-off.
Okay, I won't.
Now they're
down
down
18.5.
I can't do that. You're right.
down 22 now.
I don't want to get sent to the principal's office.
The Gators, doing some of the math, they've left 33 runners on base this weekend.
And still have a chance to
Oh, and look, it's the always optimist Daniel Outlaw. 3 up, 3 down for Arkansas in the ninth, I guarantee you.
Squares
I
up the
love
did attempt, so
Daniel's
it'll be 0-2
positivity.
now.
It just beams with positivity.
Showed that West Coast graphic earlier. UCLA beat Iowa 19-0 yesterday. They're up 12-1 today. That would be a 12-0 start in the Big Ten for, yes, UCLA's in the Big Ten, but a 12-0 start for UCLA in the Big Ten.
By the way, it's still kind of weird to see Southern Cal playing a conference game at Maryland.
Series for UCLA and Iowa City.
Yeah.
Keep that ball down, Parker.
It's bizarre, but
don't
we're
let
getting
it
used
hang.
to it. But Southern Cal
That's
ranked
where you
12th
give
in
up
the
that
country.
home
They're
run
up
every
12-4
time.
on Maryland.
There you go.
Swing and a miss. That'll be out number 2.
2 quick outs in this inning for Parker Coyle, who's done his job so far. It's get out there, throw up a 0, see if the offense can respond. Now Florida turns the lineup over with Kyle Jones.
Oh, 0-1 on Jones. Kyle. He's 1 for 5 today. Oh, 0-2 now.
Ashton, I played against Jason Isringhausen
inning
in
is
high
over.
school.
Coyle does his job. Now he needs his teammates to do their job with the bats. We head to the bottom of the 9th in a 1-run game. Can the Hogs avoid?
Here we go. I have one, Greg. I just don't like to. I just don't like to have it going during the game. I don't want it to bother people. Let's see. I have one going across the bottom of the screen now. I can turn on and off. It doesn't matter. People don't listen to that either. It's all right. I appreciate the ones who do hit it though, because it does help YouTube algorithm show us to more people and get more people. The eyes on our channel, on my channel. We need a bloop and a blast. Walk it off.
Back to 2016. Just doesn't happen very much.
No, for anybody.
Yeah. Two sweeps here in Fayetteville. Last 82 series. The Hogs have been swept just twice in the last 82 series.
It feels like offensively for Arkansas, if you're going to get McNeely, you're probably going to have to get him with the breaking ball. I think it is going to be really slider heavy.
Mike Anu, of course, didn't start the game. Trying to slow things down at the plate. He was a little under the weather when we started the day, but came in
I don't
as
ask
a
very often.
midway
Just
through.
Once in a while. Most of the time, that's pretty good. I kind of make it a point not to ask a bunch.
Hitting coach talking to Mike Anu.
I just put out what the record is. I put out, Now I do in the beginning because
just don't strike out.
we want to keep that 100 streak,
Positive.
100 likes before the first inning is over streak going. But other than that,
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Luke McNeely. You run a little cutter up there?
Just 3 straight sliders. It's against the right-handers. I think that's about all you're going to see. And McNeely, I mean, he can show you 97, 98, but that one is so tough. Let's see if the approach is different against the left-handers, because this will be back-to-back left-handed freshmen due up for Arkansas.
Christian Turner. Swing and a miss. That slider to strike out Mike Anu. I don't know what you do as a hitter. It's hard to lay off that because it looks so good coming at you. And then it just disappears.
they're going to let this man
He's thrown 5 pitches in this inning.
pitch
all
9
5
pitches
are strikes. All 5 are sliders.
and strike us out. Are you serious?
Here's the 0-2.
Thank you.
Well, I knew the first home run he gave up was off a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. I don't remember the second one.
It was on a slider. He hung the slider to Cahill.
That's off the foot of Christian Turner.
If you're going to try to sneak a fastball by him, this is probably the spot. Turner does not have a home run this year. If you are, though, I think you try to crowd him.
Two and two now. Quick update, South Carolina, Georgia tied at 6 in the bottom of the 6th in Athens. Georgia leading that series 2-0. Texas A&M's beat Missouri 11-1. Fouled back. That game in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, A&M trying to return that favorite at Missouri. Missouri went to College Station, swept them last year, knocked them out of the postseason. Now A&M trying to finish off the sweep today.
High in the air, out to left. Blake Sear.
Ooh,
and the wind got a hold of that one and just pushed it into foul territory. With those flags out there in left field, the Arkansas flag, the American flag, they are just, flailing in this way.
Yeah,
you get a
left-hander with some spin out to left center field. I think Dave Van Horn thought this one had a chance off the bat, because you know that's the part of the ballpark it's got a chance to go, but the wind just took it further and further till it ended up foul.
Then he chases one 98 miles an hour up out of the zone. 2 down.
League's cruel sometimes, Dave.
Yes, it is.
You miss a home run by 10 feet down a left field line, then McNeely responds with this. 98 up and out of the zone, can't hold off. Back-to-back strikeouts for McNeely here to start the ninth.
Carter Rutenbar, the last hope. A single, a walk, 1 for 3, has 1 homer on the year. Hitting .375 this season.
That's probably 3 homers the wind has took from us today, to be honest.
Two and one.
You're just trying to get to him at this point. Just figure out a way to get it to Elfrich.
It's a freshman.
His last at bat hit the home run.
But I know what you're saying. Ooh. What was he going to do with that even if he did hit it? Pop it up.
Headed right for the face mask of our home plate umpire, Jeff Wright. Good thing Cole Stanford able to
got to be about 38, I think,
Ashton,
somewhere around there. We might.
Here's the 3-1.
We might have already hit 40, to be honest.
Out to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit.
Bar.
And now you get Ryder Helfrich to the plate. We know what he did his last time up.
Well, for Helfrich, got a fastball that was elevated, and he can do this. Doesn't matter where it is in the ballpark. Helfrich, the ability to run it out. That was to right center. His 8th of the season. This gets interesting. Kevin O'Sullivan on his way out. That's a very slow, deliberate walk. There's been double barrel action down in that Florida bullpen for a bit, so they should be ready. It's just what decision he wants to make here against Helfrich. Because that home run was off McNeely.
You're going to pinch run at first base. Arkansas is.
Yes, Seawall. They got swept last weekend at Alabama.
2 outs. And here comes your leader, Ryder Helfrich. Arkansas does have 5 hits today with 2 outs. 4 runs batted in with 2 outs. That's our situation in the bottom of the 9th. Lays off the slider.
He's going to have to do damage against the slider. I think the only way that McNeely throws a fastball in this at bat is if he forced into it by count. I still don't know if he will.
No swing. Camden Koziel waits. That time he did go around. 2-1.
That's all he's going to see.
Camden with 7 homers. Helfrich with 8. They are next in line. But Helfrich's got to get on base. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Here's the throw down to second, and that one scoots away, and now the tying run's going to be at third. It did not look like Stanford was committed to making the throw.
I think it may have surprised him a little bit. I think you're so locked in on Helfrich at the plate, and you forget about the pinch runner that just went in, and Poppy can really run. Obviously, that's why he's in there pinch running in this spot. Dave Van Horn taking a big chance with 2 outs, but it pays off right there.
Oh, boy. Two and 2 count. Tying run at third. Bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. McNeely gets out of it. And the Gators have swept the Arkansas Razorbacks.
And there it is, folks. We just got swept on a hanging breaking ball that should have been put over the scoreboard. But it is what it is. I appreciate all you guys that stayed with us and watching today. Even all the ones that did nothing but complain. I still love y'all. And we will be back for Missouri State Tuesday. Daniel, I'm going to have to do something with you, sir. You're about on my last nerve. But anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll see you Tuesday. Peace.